Oh, yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. What is going on? How's it going? Going good, man. Thank you for asking. Good morning, Garden. Good to see you. Let's turn on some music for the stream today. We haven't done that in forever. Non, what? Non copyright music. See how bad some of these are going to be. Non copyrighted instrumental. Okay, wait. That could be like not horrible. Oh, it's very loud. I haven't even put it on the stream yet. I know that's going to be loud. Where the fuck is Google? All right, it should be playing music, and it should be like a lot lower than my voice. If it isn't, I'm gonna be very sad. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for the stream, bro. Thank you for being here. Highly appreciated. Glad to have you guys in here. I'm not gonna lie, we make a lot of money in here. Like, I don't like to come off as like some dude who makes a fuck ton of money like trading and shit, but it has been very successful in here the past couple months. Through the scalping, it's funny too because we don't even trade every day. I think it's funny we're making more than people who try to trade like 8 times a day. It's just like you don't need to trade that many times a day or that many times a week. If you just like focus on insane quality, you'll get insane success. And even if all your trades don't work out because you focus on such good quality, when you lose, it isn't like, oh fuck, it's the end of the world, time to die. Like, nope, it's just another simple loss and it's something you can learn from, right? Whereas in a lot of other strategies, when you take a loss, it does kind of feel like the end is coming. And that's probably because there's not a lot of like meat behind the system. Like, I'm very serious when I talk about this stuff with the theoretical thinking. If you don't have like a like how do I go over this in a way that makes sense? Like, like sports teams, anybody here watch sports or literally anything? Like this applies to esports, this applies to sports, this applies to pretty much anything that just has competition. Um but let's say there's just something like I don't even know what we should talk about. Maybe like football or basketball or something. Like, this literally applies to everything though. You could apply the same little template to everything. But if you have a strategy, right, and it's just buy this when this happens, sell this when that happens, that's just, I mean, that's fine, but it's triggers that you're going off of. That's not really human. You and me, we're human, right? That's what you're doing there. That's not human. So you need to kind of have some thinking behind what you're doing and why you think that, right? When people come into my streams and they're like, Bueller, what is this level? What is that level? Why are you just watching, like, for example, a lot of the key levels are literally just going to be today's open, if there's a gap, and the 50% of previous day. Like, it almost is sometimes just that easy. Like, it's sometimes just having a couple levels. Like in yesterday's case, it would have looked like this, or not yesterday, but you know what I meant. In Friday's case, it would have looked something like this: close to open. And from the open, like using the way we talk about things, like you would have seen in the first 15 freaking minutes that it was kind of settling. A little bit of a hammer went below the today's open, didn't even get to the 50% of the gap up. That's what that white line is. And then it held again, and then there was another hammer and another hammer and another hammer. It's just like it just kept screaming at you, "Hey, we're trying to go up." And you could even sit here and say, "Well, this is a little aggressive. This is a little early for me. I don't really want that. It's just the first thing." And I get that. I get that. But you can't sit here and lie. There's 4 hammers sitting here with the 5th making a new high. It's like, what are we doing here, guys? So you really do just got to focus on some of your most key levels, and go with them with direction. Like when I say that, I truly mean if we're above today's open, if you're above the 50% of yesterday, if you're above the 50% of our gap down or gap up, like we're above everything we need to be above, right? So I mean, really, the only thing else you're looking for now is a candlestick pattern or that last little trigger or initiation to be like, hey, get you in, get a call, get a call, get a put, whatever direction you're going in. But I think it's insane how many people's strategies nowadays don't have the thinking behind everything. Like I'm serious about that. Like you might think that your system does, but it doesn't. I know so many popular strategies nowadays that you could hit me with one right now and I could tell you there's no thinking behind it. It's just triggers. That's fine. Conditions or triggers. Conditional formatting. Like that's kind of what we do with our system, but there's more behind it. It's like, oh, because we believe the CDO in 50%, if you're above that, that's bullish. That's what we believe. That's what we've seen. That's what we back tested. But just saying, oh, above that, I'm bullish. Like, okay, but why? Why? Like, there's got to be some more behind that. So when you actually go to trade it, it isn't just, oh, I hope this level breaks with a candle close over. Like, okay, robot, weird. Instead, you'll be sitting there and going, oh, I've seen this 1,000 times over. I know that when we're above these 2 levels and I have this much room to my next level that I should be looking at some sort of bullish signal to pop up next. Let me look for a hammer. Let me look for a bullish engulfing. Let me look for an IB breakout. Let me look for an OB candle. Like, let me look for literally anything. Holding a key level, breaking a key level, literally anything, right? But not using it by itself. Would I ever just see that hammer or or this candle by itself and be like, fuck, that's a good buyer signal? No, I wouldn't, because it needs to be paired alongside with something else. So I really want to see you guys focus on that. And I'm glad we got to do a little rant before the market opened, because I really, really want to see more people focused on patterns with positionings. Too many times am I seeing people just focus on pattern or just focus on positioning. You guys need to have both. And that will give you a lot better success. I'm not here to say you're going to make, you're going to win every trade you touch. No, that's not what I'm saying. But it's nice to have that context behind things. Like when a sports team, this is going to be my example. By the way, good morning. Sorry, guys, just ranting my ass off. But when a sports team talks with their deeper coaches, not just the main coach and the coaches, like, side coach or whatever the fuck they call them. There's like theoretical coaches, there's sports psychology coaches, there's all these other coaches that help with all the other things, and there is a literal thing where they go over theory. Why would they go over theory? Is it because there's patterns in the sport they play and the competition that they'll be up against? Just like us, we see the same thing over and over again. So shouldn't we start to develop patterns based on that? By the way, huge gap down, guys. So just to show you an example of what are all the key levels you should have on your chart today, you should have this one, which is today's open. If you go from yesterday's close to today's open, you should have this level. By the way, when we have large gap downs like this, you're either looking at tanking whatever the next recent level is, which you can see we're under literally everything, but also probably going to see a bounce into this level. And this is where you'll see more favorable selling setups pop up. If we retake this, there's a good chance that we're trying to set up more favorable bullish setups to get a bounce back up towards previous day close, previous day level. So let me draw all the key levels for you guys, but this is what you should have, just bare bones, just because today. And let me turn these on because I always forget to do that. These are like targets. Let me show you where they are. There they are. So this is basically targets from the gap down. That's what that draws. And then I'll get this for you. The previous day low to your previous day high. So we can almost just highlight this area between the halfway point of yesterday and the halfway point of the gap down, because this is going to be seen as like a median for the day. Wow, this actually makes charting so much easier. All right, guys. Good shit. I'm going to screenshot this real quick and tell everybody in the Discord, hey, fuck those other levels. You don't need them. By the way, guys, I am in the Discord if anybody would rather be on Discord than here. Yo, is Lag to Death in here, by the way? I need to get on to him. Not actually, but you're here. Brother, how many times have you been in my streams? I'm not even mad. I genuinely need to just ask this. How many times have you been in my streams, man? So why are we asking if you can draw the gap fib tool on the gap down? That actually threw me through a loop this weekend. I was like, what? Bro might actually be half asleep in my streams. Like, I didn't actually believe you, but I think I'm starting to. Not because I'm boring. I mean, I am a little bit boring, but Lag, I think, fucking is not a morning person. That's what I'm starting to get. I've gone over the gap fib maybe 100 times in front of you at least. Like, there's no way it's less than that. And I can assure you, I've definitely told you that you can use that for gap downs. Maybe it's one of those things where you were like, I definitely know this. Why doesn't it feel like I know this? And then you just had to ask me to confirm it. Maybe that was it. But if it wasn't that, oh my god. School, work, and stonks tied me down. That's what I needed to prioritize. With that, I needed to prioritize. Oh, with that, I needed to prioritize. I read that completely wrong. By the way, guys, drop a like on the stream. Glad to be back. If we can get to... I don't know if I should even promise this, because I don't know if I can do a big stream today. If we can get to like 60 likes somehow today, if enough people join later on and add like 60 likes into here, because that's definitely something y'all shouldn't be able to reach, then I'll do like a way longer full day stream sometime this week, like tomorrow or Wednesday. Be on the lookout though, because I am going to be doing a swing stream this week. I just didn't put it on that stupid little schedule thing on the Discord, because I honestly don't know how it works. Good morning, Matty Clams. Good morning, Carter, Alexis, Joe, Lag. Good morning. And Dr. J, good morning. Good morning, guys. This morning, I was basically just reiterating what the game plan is for everybody in the trade floor. I kind of need to do the same thing really quickly with everything else. But it's... The reason I don't sometimes is because I'm lazy. But it's the same game plan, basically. I don't even know what this chart is, but we're deleting it. Same thing, though. So we're going to go from our low to our high. So we get that level. We're going to go from our... Well, this is awkward. I'm just going to go from here. Not that big of a deal. We get the same idea that I talked about with all of you on SPY. So if you're someone in here who just... You're like, fuck SPY, I like to trade SPX. It's the same levels, dummy. It's just different numbers. And then... Where we at? Here. We got that. We got that. Oh, CDO. What am I doing? I don't need that. Did I draw? Yeah. We're good. Kind of threw myself off there for a second. And then we're going to back up for a second, because I need to see what the hell's under this. Because I know we have tons of levels here. Yeah, we got that gap up. That one doesn't need it. That one doesn't need it. Honestly, there's probably like a 5-minute supply sitting here or something. Yeah, that's there. Go here. That doesn't really help me. I kind of wanted something closer without making shit up. That's another thing. I see a lot of people do that too. They'll be like, this is where I should draw a level, but I want to put it up here because I see people on YouTube draw things that have multiple bounces as a support. Like, I really hope y'all remember that if you're using normal support and resistance that your casual person is going to be using, but it bounced there 4 times, that's a support. I promise you to God that is not a support, and you are going to get broken support on one day, and you are going to be what we call a liquidity grab. So please do not draw your average support and resistance levels. That is not going to help. It infuriates me when I see people draw that, and then they're like, oh, well, it broke support the one time I was trying to take a play on it. Like, you want to know why that happened? You want to know why they did that to you? It's because they've been setting it up as a support. They've been setting it up to trick you like that. So you should just focus on how we talk about our levels with either emerging candles, where you're drawing a fuck ton of them, or like my smaller intraday levels like this, where you're just focused on some of your key levels. And then if you want to, for the people who want to do both, you can literally do both. Guess what? Draw your key levels first, just to make it a little easier. Or do this first, however you see fit. Maybe you're just better than me. and then draw your emerging candles. And it's like, oh wow, I have all these beautiful levels, all-time high. It's like, now you're done. So I need to post this for the nerds in the other chat. What is this song, by the way? I feel like I'm going to fucking WWE. God, my fucking heart rate was going up listening to that. Alright, I need to post this for SPX. This song is weird too, dude. There is no such thing as good non-copyright music. Well, I mean, what is this music? I feel like I'm listening to like music for like sets of a movie. You know what I mean? Let's try something else. Let's Google something else. This is horrible. Let's try lo-fi. Let's fall asleep to lo-fi. All right, I have the options chain up, by the way. I'm just kind of not trading right now because I don't really like this bounce. And if anything, I'm kind of looking to see if this is going to be where a seller signal appears. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. Whenever we get a large gap down, a lot of the time, I don't even like to put a percentage on it because it feels like I'm scamming somebody by saying that. And I said this in the very beginning of the stream. A lot of the time, we do go up to that 50% of the gap down pretty quickly. I don't know why people think that we go and fill the gap instantly or that we have to each day, because we don't. I can honestly show you 1,000 examples of where we have never filled a gap. So that's not like a thing that has to happen. But something I've definitely seen a lot. And this is what I'm talking about with theory. I'm about to explain to you theory behind this 50% level. This might even be something different that I haven't really shared in this light. But the 50% is definitely something that we like to look for price to go towards, right? But what happens if it doesn't get up to that? What can we take away from that? What's the context that we can take away from that? Holy shit, I can't type. Right? We know that we're potentially a little bit more bullish if we get above this, just because it starts to open up the ceiling a little bit more. But two, that tells us that, okay, bulls are more present, right? That's pretty simple. There's not really much more to talk about there. The more complex situation is, what if we don't make it up to the 50%? What does that tell you? Does that tell you that buyers are weak? Does it tell you that sellers are stronger? Does it tell you random shit? Like, I don't even know. The thinking behind it is that you really do have to focus on what is its relationship with its open and its relationship with its gap down 50%, right? In today's example, right? We're not going to always get a gap down. But since we got one today, might as well go over it. Let me move this down, by the way, because there are levels down here. God, that is crazy. SPY's like way under that, and SPX isn't. Volatility's not catching up. But sorry, back to what I was saying. It gives you more than just, I'm going to look for seller signals up here. Okay, that's great. You should be doing that, but there's more thinking to that. It's not just look for seller signals there, right? What if it doesn't get up to there? What if it stops like right here? What if this is high a day? You know? And this moment, you're going to definitely be sitting here and going, oh, this is definitely a lot more bearish than I anticipated because it didn't even get to the 50%. You now have that context, right? Once it comes back down and breaks its open. But until it comes back down and does this, right, does what it's kind of doing right now, you really can't take that information yet. Like right now, I'm just kind of saying it because it hasn't happened yet. But just to kind of take away, what does this mean if it goes above this? What does it mean if it hits this and rejects it? What does it mean if it doesn't even get near it? Right? There is more thinking behind each of those lanes, if that makes sense, right? And then you can kind of add on to that as time goes on. Oh, it didn't even get up to here, and I found a seller signal. Oh shit, I'm getting in. Oh, it has sat here for an hour and hasn't broken the open, even though it looks like despair is just sitting here on the chart. Kind of feels like it's going to go up with that kind of context, doesn't it? Like, see how you're kind of taking away the context of the signal that you're getting now? You're not just reading, oh, it's holding level. Okay, caveman, great job. But what is it doing beyond that? You know, what is the context beyond that? Does that make sense, guys? Let me know if that's helping or making any sense, or if I'm just talking out of my ass right now. But I really hope that makes sense. Like, you don't just have the level. It's not just caveman thinking. There's so much more context there too. I don't even know why I typed this. I didn't really help shit. But I hope that makes sense. According to my backtesting from summer, when we opened below previous day close by 0.4% to 0.6%, and below previous day low, we touch previous day low 78% of the time, and previous day close about 50. That makes sense, because a lot of the time your previous day close is going to be a little bit higher in that scenario than your previous day low. So on a large gap down like that, it makes sense that you would hit your previous day low, kind of in this scenario, a lot like this, where you would bump your head against this, but not have the strength to make it up to wherever your close is. Because sometimes your close might be right here. In this case, it's way the F up here. You know, so it kind of make that stat actually makes a lot of sense. But the drop off on that, he said 78 to 50%. That is a huge drop off. That kind of backs up my theory that I just explained. And like I said, it's not every single time, but it's most of the time. When you get a pretty sizable gap down, and I really hate when people get tedious on things too. When I say that, they're like, well, how many dollars and cents exactly does that need to be for it can be considered a large gap? Brother in Christ, if it looks like a large gap, draw it. It doesn't need to be an exact amount. I hate when I get that question too. They're like, how many exact dollars and cents does it need to be to be a large gap? Like, huh? Brother, we closed at 684 almost last week. We're opening at 679. If you don't consider that a large gap on an intraday, because again, are we on the daily time frame or am I on the 5 minute right now? If I was on the daily, you guys could roast me right now all you want, but I'm on the 5 minute. So yes, we're using this for smaller time frames. So yes, the context on the intraday is more important than anything else right now. I never understand when I get asked that question too. I haven't been asked that in a long time, but when I hear that, I'm like, what? If you can't realize if it's large or not, that's kind of a problem. When my basic theory too is like, did it break any notable levels that I probably had drawn before today even started? Yeah, it broke a fuck ton of them, as you can see. We're actually under the area. I said that if we break, there's a good chance we're going down for a day or two. Isn't that crazy? Oh, that's cool. At the top of the Discord, it says our event started. That's kind of cool. I really like shorts here as long as we're under 679.83, but it's a little risky because you're in the beginning of the day and that candle is very 50-50. So I'm chilling for now. But you're definitely looking for shorts more under this. And then like on our other chart, if you're waiting for like better entries, you're kind of waiting for a break of open or for a test of this to get a better signal. If you're looking to dip by this, I don't blame you either. Just make sure you're not going to hold this if open breaks. If you are dip buying this to the 50% or even the previous day low, I think is pretty important too right now. I know I don't always mark it because I am more focused on some of these more key levels that definitely give us better direction. But you could almost see this as like a smaller time frame target if we do get a bounce here into this, right? Maybe it doesn't just launch into 681.24 like I'm explaining. There is a secondary route there, but I'm just trying to keep it clean and simple for you guys. Oh, God. I hope that makes sense, though. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. As you can see on the left here, this is also pretty important if you ever see this opened. These are our sectors. As you can see, and I put heavy emphasis on this in my chat almost any time I speak, the XLK chart is pretty important. As you can see, it is down $2.50. That means tech weights are down big, or not big, but they're down enough. As you can see, NVIDIA is actually green. Apple's red. Microsoft is red. Avgo is big red. And then some of our non-XLK weights are also red, as you can see. Even AMD is green. But these really dictate direction on the market. If you guys want more emphasis on this from recent, definitely please go check out that BB Workshop channel in Discord. This is not really like a mentorship channel. It's more of just like a group of people who really know what the hell they're talking about in my group. So I give some of them perms. We go over stuff. And hopefully people learn. Be sure to share the stream link around, guys, if you haven't already. Drop a like on the stream. If you want to ask any questions or engage, please feel free to just type in the YouTube chat. I'm also streaming on Discord. if you prefer Discord over YouTube. But yeah, that's a lot of talking I just did, isn't it? All right, time to go quiet for 45 minutes. See you guys later. I'm kidding. What is going on? Did I not just draw that rectangle? There we go. Well, and guys, what does this mean? Can somebody in the stream tell me what is X? Sorry, X. Okay, what does triple Q going up tell us? What can that do for spy? I mean, it's already. I kind of gave you the answer by switching charts already. I guess I should not have clicked that yet. But I wanted to make sure you guys understand there's a huge correlation if tech is moving in a single direction for any consistent amount of time, if that makes sense. Large green candle, large red candle. That's very good for direction on SPY. So if you're a big SPY trader in here, you're going to love that information. Aha, I see I trapped you in here, Garden. You didn't like the lo-fi. I knew it. I didn't like it either. Watching XLE, of course you are. Alexis is either watching XLE or XLV. There is no in between. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. SPY rejecting previous day low and pre-market high so far. Ding, 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 ding. We did get a hold. Did get a bounce, and we already hit previous day low. Like I said earlier, guys, this is kind of like your first initial target. They don't have to go up to this level like I've been explaining to you all morning. This is kind of like a secondary route they could take, not an amazing route. I think I'd prefer them to go up here just to give us a better seller value buy. But in my opinion, when they do that, it's because they want to consolidate. We didn't get a good seller move. We didn't get a good buyer move. So in my opinion, that's what that tells me. That's what that context tells me. But it could also be a great thing for sellers because it could show the weakness on the chart for the intraday. But I would also like to highlight, though, tech is getting bought right now. So you really do need to kind of keep your thumb on this and just pay attention. And I go over this so much because I truly think these just dictate directions so much, and people don't give them enough credit. I'll see people have like random triggers and not even know about sectors. And honestly, with my system, you don't need the sectors, but I truly think it helps a lot more because it makes you understand why things are happening or why we're going up, why we're going down, why aren't we going up or down? You know, why are we going sideways? And you'll have that answer through your sectors. You don't have to sit there and sift through Twitter and go, oh, it's a Trump tweet that did this, or oh, it's Powell. Like, in all honesty, yeah, those things have effects. Don't get me wrong, but you really need to have the facts with the sectors. You'll know exactly what sector pulled what down. And you'll know how bad a red day is because of context, right? If we have a really, really big red day and it's because of one sector, that's not the end of the world, right? Maybe that's a signal that other sectors could follow soon, but it's not the end of the world, right? But if I looked over here and I saw all of these down like $2-3 and we were down a lot more than this, yeah, that's a pretty big bad, that's a bad sign. I felt like I was reading Red Riding Hood there for a second. But it's not a great signal. It's very bearish. And vice versa. If we get a very, very large green day and you have all of your sectors performing and helping each other out, that's a really big signal because that's like, okay, we're getting buying across every sector. It's not just one, right? You could say that about today. The only sector that really went down today was tech. I mean, the other ones are red, yes, but they're not down a significant amount to where it's damaging the chart of SPY, you know. Those aren't down enough. Great call out, by the way, Elias. OB on the triple Qs on the hourly. Great update, Alexis. So good job, anybody just paying attention to the info. I don't want to sit here and be like, good job for catching that bounce. But just thank you for listening because, again, this is super crucial info and gaps are very easy to trade. I'm sorry. If you're a person who struggles on gap days, you just need to be in here more. That's just the hard truth. And these streams are free. This is public. This is not like I'm paywalling any of this. So please feel free to just kind of take away some of the lessons. And I think that's a big thing too. A lot of people struggle with is they think they have to trade everything. It's the same thing with like just life, really. I mean, you see people, they have to react to everything. They have to answer to everything. They have to say hi to everybody. It's like, okay, dude, calm down. You don't need to be so so hyper functional and all that stuff. It's the same way with trading. Like, you really just need to calm down, take everything as a lesson and stuff, and and really focus on quality when you are trying to take a trade. You shouldn't, and you shouldn't be in that mindset 5 minutes of the day. You should be in that mindset 100% of the day that you feel like you're going to take a trade, right? But you're not trying to take a trade 100% of the day, of course, because that would suck. But it's so when you are taking a trade, it's almost like breathing to you. It's almost like you're just blinking, right? It's just another thing you're doing. It's just muscle memory. And then when you're actually going over your setup, you're actually able to kind of decipher it and go, okay, this is what I did. This is what my target was. This is my stop loss. Everything worked out great. But then you're going to have other trades where there's a little bit more to talk about, where you're like, oh, well, I like my entry, but I definitely could have maintained my exit a little bit better. I don't like that. I just kind of I didn't like that. I just let it sell for 5 candles and then I cut it. Like, yeah. Use the context of your chart to get out of trades or get into better trades, even using not just the levels and what they mean, the meaning behind them, but also the candlesticks. What are the signals telling you? Oh man, I've literally just been talking since the beginning of stream. Good morning if I missed anybody's message. We were looking to see if we would sell more under today's open, or were we going to finally get that buyer reaction up to that 50% level you see there at 681.24, and we are just about there, guys. I'm happy to say we're actually in a better spot of the chart, because I know that some better trading entries can be taken here. No music is just better. Yeah, I feel that. Like, if you were, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean to Kevo, but Kevo entered very early, in my opinion, for puts. He was taking puts, and I was just letting him know. I think he entered a little bit early, just because, again, we just gapped down. Why would you grab puts so early on in the day? Let some of the better discount levels give you a better signal here. You might get a really good. I can't talk now. You might get a really good signal here now, guys. Why am I drawing another oval? I mean a square. So I would be looking for seller signals around here now. You could even jump to your 1 minute. Not even trying to call out Kevo. He does a great job. I feel like he knows better on that. And does anybody remember what I said in stream? What is kind of driving this rally right now? Come on, somebody get it. Come on, I'm definitely not giving you any hints here. Come on, guys, I'm not giving you any hints here. Tech. Your tech charts are giving you pretty insane analysis right now. By the way, I don't even know if it's closed. I hope he got out of that, because that's a pretty big loss if he's holding that. Tech triple Q. Yes, Shadow. Elias said tech as well. Yes. Very, very good answers, guys. Thank you. You make me feel like all this ranting and oxygen losing is definitely not for the waste. Digging Oracle 2, fam. I'll have to check that out. I need to check out Home Depot from Garden and Oracle from Alexis. I forgot the name of the pattern, but on the 5 minute, it's like the Rising 3 pattern, but with 2 bars instead. So a single soldier, or what chart and time frame you on? Oh wait, I think you said that. I'm assuming he's looking at SPY. Let's go back to SPY and go to the 5 minute. And remember, guys, something I've talked about so much in these streams when we go over patterns. A lot of the time, when you get like high a day or low of day, a lot of the time it's a wiki looking type hammer or type doji. Just saying. That's why when I saw this and I was talking about wait until under today's open, is because you don't know that this candle is going to be a seller signal. Sometimes this is low of day. So that's why I get very, very focused on that. You know, don't make sure you're not just selling. Make sure you're also looking at the potential buying opportunity that's going to happen here. And it happened exactly as I explained. Which again, I'm not sitting here saying you guys need to be buying calls in the first 2 seconds of every day whenever we gap down. I'm not saying that. But in today's case, it just looked very ideal that we would try to go up because we have such a big area of key levels that are all kind of together that need to be tested before going down further. So it's just high probability. You see what I'm doing there? I'm not saying this is definitely going to happen. No, I'm just weighing that it is going to happen probably 75% over 25%. You know, you're definitely weighing more on it's definitely going to go up and hit this level at least. See, now it's rejecting it. And now you can start to pay attention to your triple Q chart, your XOK chart. Oh, are we rejecting? Are we selling? And you'll see all three are doing the same thing. You see what I'm talking about, guys? I can't even script this shit, man. Look how good that was. I can't even script it. I mean, they are all hitting the exact same level on the charts. Are they different numbers? Are they different charts? Do they mean different things? Like, come on, guys. Drop a like on the stream. I'm going back to SPY, but I wanted y'all to see that because that is very, very important. And later on in the stream, we can go over some of the other weights as well if you guys want. But I really hope some of this information helps. I love gap down days. I love gap up days because the theory behind them is so easy to follow. Whereas some of your basic theory, like a lot of us are used to, like, oh, make sure you're trading outside of today's open and the pre-market levels, like, you know, the basics, like you're all used to that. It's nothing new. But the gaps, the theory is a little bit more clear. It's a little bit more simple. I'm not even trying to like make this sound complex. Like it really is super simple. I can't even speak English. So I got close to the PD 50%. Yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. Isn't that this white level up here? I already forgot which one's which now. Yeah, that's that level. So, and that's why I highlighted those together, Elias. I hope that makes sense as well to other people. But the reason I'm highlighting that is because this is the 50% of the gap down, and this is the 50% of the previous day. So I see this as like an area where I need to be taking information from, right? Did I go up in here and reject this and fall out of the bottom? Did I hold this, come back down, hold a higher low, get back up, break 682.23? Did I just do the obvious and break, you know? Like there's very like clear context on each different thing that happens, right? That's why you hear me going like down each lane. Like I'm not doing this to be like, oh, I'm bearish and bullish. No, I'm just covering both lanes to show you how much more bullish you should be than bearish in certain parts of the chart. Right down here, I would definitely say we're very, very bullish into this as long as what? There's a trigger there. As long as open didn't break. And if we got any kind of signal that kind of backs that up. It came back down and tested this. Didn't break it. I mean, it did, but came back up. And then we got kind of a candle that could be backed up with some buying, right? And then we saw that. Then you go to your triple Q, then you go to your XOK, you see those doing the same thing. It's like, bam, all right, I'm in my trade. Because now you've confirmed like 6 things. Might as well just enter. Or in your head, enter. Be like, all right, I'm going long here. You know, get that mental rep. He said, damn, doubling down here. Facts though, but break, you should stay out. You good, you good. I'm not even here. I'm not here to fucking get on you or bully anybody. I'm pointing out the obvious. You know, if you fucked up, I'm gonna let you know. I'm not gonna let you sit there and keep doing it. I'd be a bigger piece of shit if I just sat there and let Kevo keep doing that over and over. It's like knowing damn well that he shouldn't be, you know? How many of you guys even clicked on that thing in the chat, by the way? The event thing. It says 14 of you, okay. I didn't know if that was actually gonna like do anything or help, but I wanted to try it out one time. You know, since I don't post schedules or anything. But that's just because, like, I truly don't know what the market's going to do each week. I don't know if I'm going to be trading every day. So I don't want to sit here and be like, guys, be ready. By the way, we do have a lower high breaking under this. I am confirming that now in the 1 minute. We'll see if we get a close under. But this is exactly what we said was going to happen this morning, guys. We said more times than not, you'll at least get up to this. And then you'll get your signal, right? Now we're kind of looking to see, do we get a rejection in the lower high of that rejection? That'll indicate selling's coming. If we get any kind of retake of this, hold of it, any kind of, retake of anything like that, then we're definitely looking at some more buying occurring after that. Right now, it looks like a seller reaction is going to be followed up after, just because of how we went up, fell out of the bottom. So we'll see. And I think something that's cool that we now have advantage of is this previous day low. That's what this is. So I think not just saying, oh, lower high, but maybe seeing this as like a trigger that's breaking as well. So if we see like a lower high under this before this breaks, that could be an entry. If we see a lower high and a break of this, that could be a smaller time entry, something you're definitely not going to hold as long. Hitman Stefan, dude, I thought you died. I mean, good morning, dude. What's up, boss? Looks cool. Thank you, Dividend. I have to keep checking that I'm on the 1 minute still. Sometimes this looks like a 5 minute chart. Or it's just me because I've been looking at so many 5 minute charts. It's probably just like I'm screwed now. Good morning, by the way, anybody in here. If you guys are in here, feel free to interact, engage. Let me know what you're looking at. Let me know what you're thinking. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. We've gone over a lot this morning, honestly, but I'm very proud to because it's some of the most crucial info, like regarding gaps and how you should be trading them, how you should be looking at them. My apologies, fam. Lost connection for a minute. Oh, you're good, Doss. Sorry that you lost connection. I do see discretionary turn green. I know it's not like the craziest thing, but still, it's something. In tech, we could see they're going for a round 2. So what can we take away from this, guys? When we were thinking, oh, we might get our test and rejection, we're not really getting any fallout. We're not getting any fallout just yet to kind of indicate, yeah, more selling can definitely happen here. I actually see these fighting still, so we'll see. Definitely a big decision being made here soon, though, on SPY and on Triple Q and on tech. And it's all focused on how the 50% of the gap down is being traded around. The fact they didn't just fall out right there is a pretty big sign. And then you have the same candle here on Triple Q as we did on SPY at low of day. That's pretty funny. On the 5 minute to the 1 minute, of course. Bit different. But the wick is what I'm talking about. The wick being there is what's important. It's the exact same price action. People are like, why is that? Because they weigh so much of each other, so it's important to watch them. They work together, or sometimes they help each other sell off a lot. Good morning, chiming in. What's up, bro? Paulie Polanco. That's actually a pretty dope name. You sound like a mobster. Right now, we're watching to see if we get any kind of extra confirmations under 680.50s, as long as we're under this level. And honestly, I don't know if we should be looking at buy above this and get to this. I think in reality, you should just be looking at like 5-minute signals to take this area as a whole. So if you're on the 5-minute right now, I'm on the 1, so there's a bit difference there. And you see like larger time frame candlesticks holding better, then that would be a good signal for you longer term. Here on the 1 minute, I don't know if I'd be trusting that. I'm just on this because I really want to see how this is going to react or close under or above 681.24. I truly believe that is probably the most important level today. This level here. Yeah, guys, be sure to drop a like. I told everybody if they got 60 likes on today's stream, we would do a full day stream some point this week, which I set it so high so you guys don't hit it because I really don't want to do one this week, being honest. But it's there. So share the stream link around, all that good stuff. And honestly, if you're just now tuning in, I would beg you to go back to the first 30 minutes of the stream. So just a few minutes ago, really. But first 30 minutes of the stream was just really, really good information. Almost candlestick to candlestick analysis up to the point where we got up to the 50%. Not just talking about the chart, but the context behind it and the theory, the things we think about outside of those signals that we're possibly getting. You know, what does it mean when we gap down and what level should we head towards a lot of the time when we gap down? And the same can be applied when we gap up. We talk about this when we gap up a lot. Of course, you guys are probably more used to that just because we probably do see more gap ups in my streams than gap downs. We are getting a rejection of 681.24. Great time to go peep Triple Q. Are they also having weakness around that so far? Go check XLK just to back it up because this is like your pure blood tech. Triple Q does have a little bit of mixed crap in it, so it's not pure blood. But if you go to XLK, they are straight up just tech stocks. So that's why I like to check both, just kind of back that up because sometimes, very rarely, you will see an indifference and it's like, what the hell is that? And that's what it is. So sometimes it could just be a non-tech stock outperforming the tech stocks in that folder, and then Triple Q is not as red as it could be. So that's why I backed that up. Some people are going to call me crazy. And we are still seeing seller favor here, just because we haven't seen anything kind of change the fact that we're breaking back under the 50%, right? We talked about at least getting up to test it, but we haven't really got back above it. We're still doing this rejection, so definitely some information to take away from. We go to our 5-minute though, and it looks like we're just settling. It looks like we just needed a breather after all that buying. So that's why I'm definitely kind of putting a little bit of emphasis for like a second confirmation under the previous day low, which I don't typically do, but we're actually positioned super well here with it. So I don't see why we should ignore it. If we do see more buying, by the way, we should test this level here. Can anybody tell me why? Why am I saying this level? Why am I not saying this level again or this high? Why am I saying this level should be tested? And this kind of goes in again with that theory. So if you guys want to learn a little bit more behind the system, please engage. What do you think, or why do you think that we should hit this level if we do bounce and go back up at all? Why is that the level we're talking about? Why did I say that even though I just said 681.24 is the most important level on the screen? I'll even give the vice versa of the situation. But I'll give you guys a chance to answer. If anybody knows, please show me how fat that brain is. Show me what that brain do. LOY looking weak from, yeah, that's why I put it there. That was one of the few that looked like a straight up just short. That's why I just straight up posted it with that one level. Golden pocket, higher low next to impactful level, previous day control point, previous day fit. That is what that level is, but why am I saying that's the level we should hit? Carter's kind of on the right track. It's the previous day 50%, which should help dictate direction. That is also true. It's actually a very, very simple answer. You're kind of all on the right path. And it's something as simple as we've already hit this level. right? So if there's going to be more buying, it should go to that level because we've already done this. This isn't anything new. We're on page 11, right? We're not on page 8 anymore. We're on page 11. It is sometimes just something as simple as that. So if more buying is going to happen and we don't break under previous dead level, we do get above this level, you should be seeing at least this level. If this level breaks, where are we expecting? You could almost cheat and say there's another level in between this, but you are trying to head towards previous day close direction. But I think that would be a little crazy because you're way down here. It's like a $4 jump almost. After a large gap down, like you're asking for this day to have the most miraculous bounce ever, which is possible. I'm not saying it can't happen, but you're asking for a lot. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that was pretty much where I was going with that. See how I'm not just talking about the level, it's why should I go to that level? Because we've already done this, right? We rested, nothing kind of ruined that. So why should I go up to this? Because all of this has already happened. It's the same thinking when I talk to you guys about like PIMDOS and order of operations, just doing the right thing in the right order. And anytime you step out of line and not do something in the right order, you could possibly trip up and make a mistake. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people in my own chat too, over the years. And this is why I don't like to get onto people when it's like, why aren't you following my exact channel and my exact plan that I posted? I'm Bueller. Like, follow everything I say and do, because it'll kind of put you up for failure, right? I like for you to either have that option or learn on your own and do it yourself, which I think a lot of us like to take that second route, because you really should be more focused on doing it yourself and kind of understanding why I'm saying this or why I'm saying that or why this level means that or why this level means that. It's so you can take away from it. But we'll see here. We're just getting settling here. There's no crazy price action. It's actually very similar to how we reacted to the open today. Kind of just had this happen and then we bounced. A little bit more price action to go off of here, though. I'm going to go back to the 1 just because I kind of want to see what's exactly happening here now. And you can see we're still kind of suffering to get above this 681.24. In my opinion, there is a short about to happen because of this weakness. But you just can't get into it yet because this level hasn't broken. And if you get in a little bit early, you can take it as a discount trade because technically, theoretically, you are correct. We've gone up. We've tested this. We traded a little bit above it. We got our discount buy. And now a seller move is looking to happen. Now, is that 100% certain? No. It's just like this, though. When we were down here, and I was saying it should go up to this at least. That's what should happen here. It should come back down at least and test maybe half of that range. If liquidity grab happens, that's probably a new high of day coming after that. So we'll see. If a dip buy happens here and it does get back above this level that we know, oh shit, if it doesn't get back above this, we should fall. What does that tell you? The opposite. We should get a quick move up to that level. So you're either about to get a fade move down under this level, or you're about to get a very, 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 very quick pop into this level. And you see how I came to that conclusion? It's not level. It's not like I'm making up these levels. It's not like I'm making up all the things behind the levels. Like, you could see it for yourself. I just went over all of it. You just saw it happen live with us bouncing into this level, right? There are higher and lower probability scenarios in front of you each and every moment of each and every day. It's about capturing those and kind of making sense and splitting them up and then being like, all right, I'm going to jump into the bigger boat. Or maybe you're like, fuck it, I don't like either boat. They're both kind of They look like they're both going to sink. You know, maybe you don't like either side. You can kind of dictate that too, like when you're in a sticky situation where it looks like a bull and a bear scenario happens, and you're like, I don't really want to touch this. I'm just gonna let it play out. You know, you'll know that, and you'll have a reason to know that. You see what I'm saying? It's not just the levels you're using or why they're important. It's the thinking behind them, and that's why I have that BB Theory playlist, and we go over this stuff so much because it is so much more important than just if level break buy, if level fall buy put. Like, come on, man. This isn't 5000 BC. Also rejecting the 50% of a fib on the 1 minute from lower high. And yeah, I haven't even been drawing those because I just don't have time to go over everything at once. But there's another thing you could be drawing, but that's a little deeper. I don't want to scare people. But yeah, Shadow, you are correct. I can kind of tell without drawing it, but I'm glad you're drawing that. I think if you go to the 5-minute, that'd be better help for you, though. Like, draw it on your 5. Oh, I guess you couldn't draw it yet. That's probably why you're drawing it on the 1. Because, yeah, if you go from here to here, it went down into that. And then if you go from high to low, rejected that again. Yeah, so you're right, Shadow. I did it twice, actually. This one not as clean, but it was still confirmed by breaking back under and closing under. And then the second one was like a double confirmation of like, okay, yeah, that's a lower high so far. They seem to be holding on to previous day low pretty damn well, though, because they haven't fallen in what? 1, 2. It's been 16 minutes almost. 16 minutes. And that's why I go over this stuff, because like you could have been trapped in a trade during all that time. I'd rather you be trapped in a trade here, though, when it looks like it's going to fall, than be someone who's like buying puts at the beginning of the gap down. It's like, see the difference there? I mean, still not perfect, but you're not striving to be perfect. You want to be the best you can, but you're not going to be perfect. You're never going to be perfect on every trade, every moment, every day. That's when you blink and you're like, oh yeah, I'm human. I'm not AI. I'm not like the robotic system we're trying to trade behind, where it's just trigger here, signal there, confirmation there. You're like, it's like, dude, you're human. You're going to make mistakes. But that's why you got to set yourself up for success, though, not for failure. You know, are you sitting here trying to trade 6 times a day? That's setting yourself up for failure. You're going to exhaust yourself. You're going to start making not as quality decisions. Then you're going to get used to that, and then you're going to make shit-ass trades. That's just how that works. You almost never start just taking a shit trade. It's like a habit that turns into doing it. Bars. But yeah, guys, be sure to drop a like on the stream if you haven't already. I hope you're enjoying some of the breakdowns and conversation here today. If you have any charts you want me to look at or anything else like that, please feel free to throw it out. Any questions? Or if you just want to chill and talk, that's cool too. God, I love water. What the fuck was that? We all saw that, right? On God, you're going to see somebody today be like, bro, I shorted that candle. If you must make shit trades, use paper. I mean, even then, you don't want to do that, though, because like you're almost like practicing doing bad things. That's why I said like you should even be thinking about them, or like trying your best to just focus on what you should be thinking about. Because if you go through any muscle memory of any kind of like, you know, a trade like you fucked up on or something that you know you shouldn't be doing, you're going to make that mistake again. Because you're applying risk on it, going, I'll see if I can make it work, even though I know I shouldn't be. That's kind of what you're doing. But yeah, no, I mean, I guess you could say if you want to get out of your system, but I don't even want to tell people that. Like, if you want to get it out of your system, paper trade, like, or mental trade even. Because I don't even like the whole get it out of your system thing. I think if you need to get it out of your system, you should get the fuck out of your house and go walk a mile or something. Like, go do something. Breakdown is occurring, guys. We'll see if we get a close under. So far, we are under this 680.50 on the 1. We have been talking about what kind of pullback and where it could happen from all morning. So we'll see if we're finally going to see a pullback from the 681.24 area, which we've gotten a little bit of a confirmation already, as Mr. Shadow already happily kind of confirmed for us. And I like the 678, 679s if you're looking at those scalps. I need to check like 6 other charts, guys. We've just been rambling about SPY. We got Triple Q here as well. Honestly, we need to start trading that more too. As well as IWM. It amazes me how many trades on IWM pop up that I just miss. Tech, kind of in the same area, but what changed, guys? One of the sectors that were not going down that crazy have gone down. Healthcare got worse. Looks like comms pulled back. So you can actually see a small example of tech not having to do it yet. So actually, this pullback on SPY wasn't even by tech, guys. This like small move here. This isn't even by tech. Keep that in mind. Might not be the craziest drop until tech helps. That's what that tells me. Does that make sense, by the way? I hope I'm not just like saying things and not explaining it. I've been known to do that. Damn, cut my put so I can eat breakfast peacefully. Shit, honestly. That might have been the move. So you could focus on breakfast, man. Breakfast is good. What'd you get? I made it dirty. Did I miss a message from you? That's the first thing you said. Wait, what? I made it dirty? Please tell me what that means. Outputs. Nice. Healthcare is a scam. What's up, lag? Outputs. Good shit, dividend. Where did you enter from? Did you like that lower high that I was... Did I go over that with you yet, dividend? I need to go over that with you one night. I need to just like talk to you for like 30 minutes straight and go over the lower high fib with you. If I already did, then we don't need to, but... Trade posted? Bet. I'm gonna go check that out. Tea, cucumbers, and some bakes. Oh, you can't see the "you have a dirty mouth" comment from By the Dip? No. I don't see their message. YouTube probably was like, yeah, I think this is a troll. Let's not let the streamer see this. I didn't even see that message. Damn, so there's someone in here talking shit and I can't even see it. That's funny. Let's go, boys. Let's make some money. What's up, people? Good morning to you, King. Trade posted. Oh, I love the lower high fib. Okay. So you did know. I have had people who are like... I've had one person who's like a lot older than a lot of you. And then I've had people who are really young tell me that I have a dirty mouth because I say like cuss words on stream. But if you ever actually listen to my stream, it's not like I'm sitting here saying like shit, fucking shit, bitch. Like I'm not just saying cuss words back to back to back. Like I am genuinely just throwing them into context. For a lot of the people who've been here for a long time, they know that I'm from the construction field. So no shit, I'm gonna cuss, brother. Also, it's the internet. Are you 12? Do words hurt you? Oh no, words hurt you. Oh no, the rain's gonna make me melt. Like, grow up, bro. More cuss equals better stream. I mean, I don't agree that more cussing. I mean, I know where he's coming from. It's not like he's just saying it out of nowhere. I definitely do cuss a lot, but it's not like I'm just sitting here just saying cuss words back to back to back. Like I do go over things. Have I not just been ranting for literally an hour and 25 minutes, guys? Anybody, please prove me wrong if I haven't. Have I not been covering why we should go up from here to here and why we should go down from here to here all fucking morning? Like, now I'm getting a little bit dirty with it, but Jesus, bro. That guy's a goof. It's your inner sailor core. I don't know what it is. It's just... Cussing is cussing, bro. It's just words. Now, if you were, like, sitting here, like, saying it at somebody, like, towards somebody, like, hey, fuck you, like, yeah, that's a problem. That's not cool. That would be toxic. I would beg you guys to not watch me if I ever did that. But, like, we don't do that. You don't cuss at somebody. You just use it in... It's like concrete. You just fill it in the blanks. It's not like it needs to be everything, you know? Aren't you always ranting? Yes, literally. Mansion and business, thank you. He said, fuck yeah, you have been. Like, it's not like I'm just sitting here cussing. Like, that's why I don't understand that kind of message. But, all right, we'll move on. We're not going to hear and focus on an idiot whose name is By the Dip on a red day. Promise you he doesn't have the balls to buy any said dip. Whereas my chat, I would love to review that, by the way. My chat has done a great job with their huge King Kong-sized balls buying dips on the market each time. Now, I don't know how many of you have, but personally, I have called out this dip. I called out this one. I have not called out this one yet, but we did kind of just highlight it and say that it probably will bounce. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, I called out contracts on this. No, I didn't. I took that week off. But it is kind of in the same boat as our other three here. So I think we cut myself some slack here. I would like to point out, too, I know that today's candle's green right now, but if we were to close under today's low, that would be a bearish kicker on the daily. It's going to throw some of you off because it's green to green. But that would still be a bearish kicker, excuse me. My bad, By the Dip, I didn't mean to cough. I'm gonna go back to this chart. Honestly, I kind of fuck with it more. Oh, my bad. I cussed again. Shit. Oh, damn it. Ah! I just can't be saved, bro. I'm going to hell. All right, let's zoom this so I can actually see a little bit. Because I want to see that first target right there. Yeah. Perfect. I want to leave the close up here and the first target under. Or I say target, you know what I mean? The first gap fib extension. If you draw a gap fib from yesterday close to today's open, you end up with that level there, but you also end up with some dotted lines further down. By the way, great job if anybody did start shorting this. It's not huge gains yet, but so far, not bad, especially if you're somebody who was paying attention to the deeper analysis. That's why I say you guys shouldn't jump into the system and focus on just the basics. Like, I really love that Shadow and Dividend came in here and talked about a little bit of a deeper entry that could have definitely been seen even before the breaks, the lower high fib. So I really appreciate you guys sharing that as well. What happened to Buddy who earned a rewatch from you? Oh, he probably isn't ever going to come in here because at the end I did kind of tell him off. Yeah, where did that guy go? People feel so entitled. I don't know why. It's like, brother, you clicked on my stream. Did I come to you and say, watch me, watch me? No. I don't even make ads. I don't even post ads. I don't do any kind of marketing, promotion, anything. If you were in my stream, you had to have been here on your own accord. I don't know. People feel like they have to say everything to everybody and react to everything, and it's just how the world is. I don't really blame the guy. It's the world we're in. Everyone's hyperactive. They got to answer to everything and got to have an opinion. They got to. Some people wake up and are like, how can I get offended today? It's just like, those are the kind of people that ruin today. I won't let that happen, though, because we're doing too damn good on trading to do that. If anybody paid attention to these 678, 679s, those are actually doing pretty good. Actually, I take that back. The 678 did all right. The 679 did really good. I don't understand the gap between those. Is it because of the volatility? The gamma's about the same. Oh, the delta's way different. Like a lot different. It's not like 2 or 3 off. It's like 10 off. Whereas the next one behind it's like 8, 6, 4, 3. Yeah, that's a really big gap. Which really, that doesn't matter. You really just want to focus on your gamma. I'll never understand people who are like, I'm a scalper, but I hate theta. Like, huh? If you're having a problem with theta, you're not a scalper. You're holding your trades too long. My safe space. 30-minute inside bar? Are you lying to me? You better be truthing. Oh, can't even zoom in. Oh my god, he is truthing. He is truthing so hard right now. That's actually really clean. Well, in the next 30 minutes, I want to know if that broke or not. Well, I guess I'll know. And yeah, come on, man. Give Carter current day open here. What the F? I can't cuss, so let's start just doing letters now. Honestly, Carter, you could trim some here, guys. I would trim some here if you shorted from here. If you were late to the party. If you were someone who was kind of betting on it, breaking down just based on theory, then you probably already were taking profits. I only say that because we're near the low. It doesn't need to be the exact open that gets tested. I kind of like this hammer, too. Like, you know that day Garden called out that one candle? It was like high of day or some shit, and then we fell the rest of the day, and I highlighted it the rest of the day. I think I did that with one of Carter's signals one day, and I think I did it with someone else's, like, a different day as well. Like, 3 different opportunities where we did that. I've started to do that more. I am focused on it going down to current day open, but I'm also focused. I put like a zone in my head that looks like this, where I'm like, okay, where was the bullish candle from the current day open? Or if I see a rejection of previous day close, what's the candle that rejected previous day close? And I'll highlight that. And that'll be kind of a vicinity of where I want to see price go down and test. You'll see here, it actually did get really close, which is funny enough where that stupid random wick went, which let's fix that. Because that's just some bullshit. I want to get this off my screen. Don't do this. Unless it's a really, really fucked up candle on your screen. Because if you do this, you could fuck up your chart and you'll get mad that you have like candlesticks that don't actually exist. Not the craziest of drops, by the way, guys. Can anybody tell me why? Or actually, hold up, don't answer that yet. If you were in a put contract from here, why did you not get rich, even though we fell all the way to here? Can somebody tell me why? And I want to go over this because it's not something easy that everybody likes to talk about. Everybody only likes to talk about when they're winning. I like to go over things that sometimes are a little bit difficult to talk about. Why, if you were in puts from the entry I talked about, would you not have gotten rich? Of course, I'm exaggerating on the rich part, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it's a runner. Good shit, Carter. Good shit. But can anybody tell me why you would not have made the craziest amount of money from when we were talking about entering? Can anybody tell me why? It is a very simple answer. It might even be dumber than you think. Time and no volatility. I mean, the time doesn't really matter. In this amount of time, it doesn't. Volatility is definitely a part of it. Slow move down. Y'all are all kind of right. Gary, Maddie, Bob, you're all kind of right, but you're not saying exactly what I wanted to hear. Theta? No. Come on, it's something super dumb. I mean, even something just seeing red to green, red to green, red to green, red to green. So that's why I'm saying none of you are wrong, because technically you all got it right, but at this, you didn't give the answer I wanted. You know what I mean? You're all right, but not exactly what I wanted to hear. See, it's because you have a mix of buying and selling, right? We haven't gotten a clear amount of just selling yet. Of course, I say that, then we start just selling. But we have a mix of buying and selling. Have we retaken anything, though? Has buyers retaken anything? Like, actually zoom in for a second. This is why I like to go over this stuff, because it's not that fun to look at live. But you need to understand so you don't exit good trades, like right now. I see tons of people who would definitely have been out of this fully, when in reality you should have just been trimming with the hopes of it falling more soon, and not going up and retesting 680.50, which again, you probably would have just exited the second half of your position by then. Not decisive. It wasn't like a big decisive drop. We have a lot of mixed buying and selling, right? I really hate that it started falling as I'm trying to cover this, because I really wanted this to just sit here for a second so I could go over this. I mean, I guess I'm happy for you guys if you're in your puts and it's going down more, but come on, man. Could have given me another minute. Because this is really important. I see a lot of people in my chat specifically, like some of my good traders do this, is you guys exit good trades just because there's red and green. Stop letting that fuck with you. Did this take anything? No. Did this take anything? No. Did this take anything? No. So stop getting scared by one fucking 1 minute candle. Come up with actual target areas like I did. Oh, there's a buyer candle holding today's open. I should look for this area to get tested. That's why I talked about trimming some here. So you're not holding the beginning of your position still. If you do happen to get stuck in the sticky situation where it's like, fuck, I gotta hold this up to here. I gotta cut this soon. But great work, anybody who's been paying attention. I really do hope some of you guys have just been kind of listening in. Really, really good breakdown. We called out the move up, called out the move down with reasoning, with context. And I haven't shut up since I clicked start stream. Great work. And sorry if I'm not catching up to messages, guys. I am just talking a lot. Let me start reading a little bit. Higher low, higher to PCP. It's our next target. Yes. Okay, Garden would have got that right if I would have read it. Yo, Dividend, where's my message? Dividend, where's my message to send to my TradingView people? I forgot about that till just now. Did it work? By the way, good morning, Alst and Woots in the Discord chat. Sorry, guys, I'm like flicking back and forth. But good morning to you both. Love you both. Dividend, where's my message, dog? VC Ninja, good morning. Bingo Bongo, beautiful example of the BB practices. Maddie Clams, I love seeing your name pop up, dude. When I see Maddie Clams in here, I'm like, dude, we're about to vibe. Maddie Clam is full of vibes. From New York to Florida, he's truly changing the vast landscape of what we know as America. Love you, bro. Oh, it works. Hold on. Yeah, I figured. I saw it in your picture. You're like, I don't want chat to see it yet. And then I see a picture of it in chat, and I'm like, well, fuck. Now they see it. But guys, if you're a TradingView guy, you're going to love what I have to post here for you. None of it's by me, of course. It's all by Dividend. but he's taking away from some of the things we go over in here. And he even came up with the thing that Ace has been sharing to me, the daily, it's like the HTF candle next to all your smaller time frame bullshit. Us people on Thinkorswim, us miscreants, we can't do this like you trading view people. So you will be getting something that I can't even have, which is pretty cool. But I'll have that posted in my channel here in a little bit whenever Dividend feels like sending me that, and I will drop it for you all. But it's pretty cool. He's also included a lot of key levels on it too. If you're someone who likes to have some of the levels automated, there's already a bunch of indicators that do this, but he'd just like to include it with his thing. So it doesn't take away from anything you guys are already looking at. But I like it. No background music, but all good in the hood. What do you mean no background? Like you can't hear mine? Or you don't like it? I'll accept either answer. Oh, man. Kind of funny we're seeing that hammer. I'll just re-highlight it again so you know what I'm talking about. Kind of funny how we're seeing that be used not just once for the initial kind of move back up to see if we can get our better discount sells for puts, but also kind of nice seeing it be kind of the target for where we're shorting into, and also seeing another bounce. You could almost say this is the other important level of the day, you know, saying this is where our direction comes from, but you could almost say this is like our secondary directional area. It's almost like direction is 100% going to be happening for one of these two areas all day. That's why we love our gap downs, man. It makes things a lot simpler. I could just reset the chart and just focus on like 6 levels. I mean, really like 3 levels, but we added on a lot more, as you can tell. And Woo, it's good to see you in here, man. I'm really happy, like, people like you, Oust, Garden, are just leading by example. I love how many people we have in here that are just overall a badass. I love all the people in here. Well, the ones who are active and actually give a shit. Those are the people I love. The ones who are in here just being themselves. You know, they don't give a fuck who's watching. Dropping trades, doing what they want when they want. What am I looking at, by the way, in Trade Floor? Oh. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was like a bunch of like woman's hair on the wall. You know how like they throw their hair on the shower walls? I thought that's what that was gonna be. Okay. That's not what that was, though. Bro's looking at granite patterns. Oh, you like the background music. Okay. Well, I'm glad you like it. It's not like it's the greatest, but it's non-copyright, so the stream will be up after I'm done. I'm actually going to change this one because I feel like I've been hearing the same beat for like an hour and 2 minutes. Oh, look how we're reacting to previous day low, guys. And also, when each of these moves happen, every time we break something or hold something or reject something or anything like that, I want you personally to take it upon yourself to go look at Triple Q and XLK. I clicked on the wrong one. Holy shit, healthcare did drop more. They're down as much as tech now. That is pretty big. What I was trying to say, though, is anytime any of that stuff happens, I want you to take notice of what's happening on the XLK chart and your Triple Q chart to also back up any single directional moves that you're seeing on the S&P, because they are going to be not like uniform, like they're always going to be perfectly together, but you are going to see a lot of similarities and a lot of different pieces of context you could have taken advantage of. Like, oh, text isn't falling right now, it's actually pumping, and Triple Q's pumping, so I should be looking at SPY over PDL, you know, just kind of taking away really, really small info that could also be super, super crucial. Logan Paul just got hit with a massive new lawsuit. Man, why does the internet think I give a shit about this? I'm looking up non-copyright music lo-fi. How did that even hit that feed? We're cursed. Dead internet theory is real. Oh my god, I meant to show y'all this. Dead internet theory was like the trigger word for me. There we go. Okay. Y'all have to look at this, because I need to know that other people saw this so I don't feel as crazy. Excuse anything else you may see that relates nothing to this. Okay, so not that. Fuck, did I already lose it? Wait a minute. Bro, where are my tweets that show this? Is Elon like muting me? Oh, maybe it's in replies. Am I stupid? Am I just a really bad Twitter user? I don't know what I'm doing. Here it is. Okay, so we all see these posts. I know all of you have seen these posts if you use any kind of social media. This will break your mind though. So I went further in depth on this. I was like, I gotta get to the end of the story on this shit. And like, see, is she actually paying for this stuff? So I tag her. I say, please stop spamming bots to spam your shit post. Thank you, because that's probably what's going on. These people probably, and this probably isn't even her. This is probably like a bunch of like, that's probably some person that doesn't exist. And this is a picture that's definitely looked like it was made by AI. You know, it's just like things that don't matter. But if you go to their pages, right, they'll have like all kinds of crazy posts. Like you'll see there's a lot of Bitcoin on hers. There's another one that I was looking at. I don't have it on there anymore. But there was another one that I was looking at where all of their posts, like their whole like page was focused on one thing, right? Where this one, they look like they're focused on like Trump and Bitcoin. The other one's focused on like Biden and fucking Ethereum. You know, it's like, it's really weird. It's so weird. And I found like a few of these pages now, and they all do the same thing. They have these like posts with like very minimal like interactions, and then they'll retweet stuff that has a lot of interactions, and it kind of looks like their page is like a real person. It's really weird. But basically, there probably is a real person behind this page, not actually named Ashley Gomez, and she probably sells stuff and all that good stuff. But it amazes me like how that is like probably 80% of X. I'm not even bullshitting you either. I have turned on so many. There's like words you can turn on in your settings, by the way. I think they're called like muted. Holy shit. Muted words or blocked words or something. And you could basically type in keywords that you don't like. And so let's say all those bots spam the word success. I could type in the word success in my blocked words, and it'll hide every tweet that has the word success in it. Well, I've done that so many times now that they've learned that, and they're now using like weird sentences to spam my page. So like they have incoherent sentences now. I've almost like tricked them into being stupid now, and they have like incoherent tweets and replies all over my page now. It's really, really weird. But I think that is at least like 60 to 80% of X. And I'm not joking. I'm not even hating on Elon or X or anything like that, but that is scary. Because how many people are actually using X now? If you were to look up data for it, can you even trust it? You know, you almost can't. You can't. You can't trust online data anymore for in terms of like how many people use this platform. How many people use this platform? Because every platform has like probably millions of bots now, to where it almost outflows your average actual person. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, that I went down a deep rabbit hole in that one. That one was scary. And that's just because of like all of them say the same thing too. They'll say buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. Like I'm a successful trader. Check out this guy or this girl. Like, and then you click on that girl, that guy's page, and they have like 10,000 followers, and it's like a really big page, and there's like all these people that are clicking on their posts. And then you really look deeper, and they're not actually posting anything. They're just retweeting a bunch of shit, and it's really weird. It's like, what are you selling? Like, if someone was to click on this, I'm trying to think about if I'm about to get scammed point of view, and I click on that, right? I couldn't find a way to get scammed. So I don't actually know what those pages are there for. They're not scamming people. So what are they there for? It's like they're just there as like a filler content on the internet. It's really weird. I don't like to put on the tinfoil hat, but I mean, y'all just saw that personally. That was weird. All right, we're done with that though. Back to like stock shit, but not that was totally unrelated, but still, it is a little tinfoil hat. A very, very tiny one. By the way, guys, thank you for all the likes on the stream. 30 is absolutely nuts. I'm also on Discord if you guys prefer not listening to shitty YouTube lo-fi music. Which, mad respect, I totally get it. It's not like I take the time to actually choose good-sounding, non-copyright music, because I truly don't believe any exists. You're going to get a lot of music that sounds just like this, where it's trying to put you to sleep. Here, I'll change it. I just know that I've had a lot of good streams. Like, I remember one specifically where I had like 2-3 hours of just me just going over all kinds of really cool stuff. Like what you could actually trade on. It's like kind of like today. And then the music was just copyright as fuck. And then as soon as the stream ended and you went to go try to rewatch it, the audio was just muted the whole way through. There was nothing to review. It's not even like, oh, Bueller can't run ads on that stream. No, like you can't even watch it. Also, I don't run ads on my page. If you get ads, it's because you don't pay for YouTube Premium. I don't run ads. Though, pretty cool. I could show you all a video that actually made money because of ads. I don't know why, but for some reason we left ads on this video. Or it's one of these two. One of these two have ads on it. And it made like $300. I was like, holy shit. I didn't even know that till like a couple weeks ago, but that happened a while ago, but I just thought that was interesting that they actually did make money. That was kind of wild. And they didn't have a shit ton of views. I mean, let's be honest, that's not a lot of views. That's a lot for my channel, but that's not world-changing views there. Oh, not this song. I think that song is in like 50 different playlists. Damn, rich boy. Yeah, no. The Lay Gomez account is based out of Africa. That's creepy. Yeah, I mean, I think if I would have had to have guessed, I would have said like India, Africa, Middle East, like just, you know, places where scammers do like weird shit from across the world. That's where I would have guessed. Africa, though, that's crazy. And she has Gomez as her last name. How the hell does that... What? That's not where that's from. I know, I'm part Mexican. Southern boy with a little bit of Hispanic in him. That's a fake name. No, yeah, I know. I'm just saying. That's funny that they can't even come up with a name that like regionally makes sense. Actually, when I hear Gomez, I think Puerto Rican. That's what I hear. Pinto or black? I'm a Pinto guy. Every time I hear Gomez, I think of Selena Gomez. I just think of Puerto Rico because I know a family that uses that name, or that has that name. This is important. Pinto. Sorry, my bad for not answering faster. I mean, I'm from Texas, so I'm gonna say Pinto. I don't know anybody from here that would say black beans. Over Pinto? No, never. That account changed its username 21 times since May. Wow. And I'll be honest with you, I think I see a page that's very similar to that page, like the template of it, at least 3 times a day. I think if I was to actually check my X, I'd see a lot more, but I never get on here. I get on here to post, and that's about it. And I promote like a couple people. Like I really like promoting username. I love retweeting just about anything this man spits onto this page. Yeah, like I didn't even know he tweeted. Let's retweet it. I just love username. And my boy Chuck Norris, Chart Norris. Sorry, I like Chart Norris. You'd be surprised how many big accounts follow me, and it's because they're a bunch of fake ass losers who don't actually trade. I have like three like 200K pages that follow me, and I don't follow them back. I'm not trying to sound like a weirdo, but like that's just how dead this app is. People have to follow you to get their page to pop. It's weird. But I don't even post. That's why I don't get on this shit. It just doesn't make sense to me, and I don't like it. And everyone on here is toxic. I don't know why. Like, is this even the real Jake? Yeah, that's not even the real Jake. That's crazy. I mean, the spelling was the exact same on that. That's kind of insane. Can people fake followers still? Is that still a thing in the world of 2025? I'm sure it is, but like, why? Verified followers. You can just look at verified followers? That's cringe. I also don't like this verified update. It makes everyone look like somebody, and it kind of makes you think that you should be following them when you probably don't need to be. Because I see that too, and I'm like, damn, who is that? And then I look, I'm like, they have 90 followers? Who the fuck is this? Not to like hate on them, but it's just like weird. Who else could I shout out that's on Twitter? I don't use this junk. AK is kind of cool. I like AK. AK is really cool. He's got a very small follower count. What the hell? If you were to ask me, I would have thought he had like 5K followers at least. This guy's pretty down to earth and super smart. And see, he kind of covers similar shit to us. He's got all the little numbers some of you guys like. I don't use that shit, but he watches like harmonics and stuff too. He's got a fib on his chart. I mean, he looks at some pretty cool stuff. I like AK. Not even from my group, and I like him. That's about it. I'd say those three. Username, Chart Norris, and AK. Those are pretty cool people. Fake followers are still a thing? That's fucked. With AI, you can fake anything. Put it in my resume, X verify. Yeah, that's what it feels like when you see those pages. I'm not even hating on any of those people. Like, I get they want to be verified, so they probably have a better experience, but it is a little crazy that they came out with that. That's why I don't pay for the verification anymore, because I think it's genuinely stupid. I also am 100% certain that if you aren't verified, your page gets less traffic. Because I know as soon as I undid it, my page started getting less traffic, and I was like, huh. But I almost promise it's connected to because you aren't paying Elon money. My family is from Juarez. I probably said that wrong. Learned here in the States, if you are at a Chinese spot and the fellow Hispanics are cooking, it's going to be the best food you've ever tasted. If you're at a Chinese spot and the fellow Hispanics are cooking, Hispanics cooking in a Chinese restaurant? I guess that's not the craziest thing I've heard. Honestly, I think I'm only really scared is when you go into like a Mexican restaurant and it's not Hispanics cooking. It's like, okay, I'm not eating here. That's not happening. Bob from accounting is cooking up my fajitas right now. Like, no, I'm good. Backtest my theory. I kind of believe you, honestly. In Houston, that would make a lot of sense because down here we have a lot of Hispanics, a lot of people from different countries like China. We have people from, I mean, just really every walk of life. So it's not really weird to see like that mix of stuff down here. Like seeing mixed culture is like pretty normal down here to me. Like it's really rare that you like I don't even know if, I mean, racism exists, don't get me wrong, but I don't even know if if anybody down here even experiences that. Because we have such a weird mix of people here. There's every color person here. And we have like, every person has like their own little area. Like everybody, like, we have the rodeo, bro. When I go to the rodeo and I see like just every like walk of life there, it is genuinely just so cool. Like, I know I sound a little weird saying this stuff, but it is weird to me when people talk about like racism and race and shit like that. Because down here, it's like a very comfortable topic. Like we just, You know, I'm not trying to get weird with you guys, but like seeing that stuff is weird. Because down here, we're not used to that. Everyone's just really cool with everybody. You know, down here, you hate somebody because they have a different favorite sports team than you, not because of where they're from or what they look like or what they sound like. My girlfriend is mixed and refuses barbecue if the brothers didn't cook it legit. Well, she probably knows what she's talking about. I don't know. If it depends where you're at. Because, like, if you're in Texas, I don't care what color the person is that's cooking my barbecue. Gonna be honest. But I could see the stereotypes hit in other states where you're like, oh, I can't have it. Like I did with Hispanic food. Not to be like racist, but it's just stereotypes. Yeah, Texas is pretty awesome. At least South Texas. I don't know if I can speak for the North. Those people in Austin are genuinely weird. In a good way, though. Everybody in Austin is like, they like to party hard. Like, you have to be a really positive extrovert to live in Austin. I couldn't do it. But I respect the people that can. Those people live life to the fullest in Austin. They might be weird, but there are weird. Those are my weird people. And honestly, if you live in Dallas, just move. Just being honest. I know I'm just sitting up here having fun trolling because we've gone over a lot today. But if there's anything anybody wants me to like go over or look at or anything like that, please let me know. Real quick, I need to look at some daily time frames actually. I gotta take a peep at Oracle for my boy Alexis. Okay, that needs more time, but I'm not hating on the hammer here. We need to chart this where there's actually levels down here too. I must have charted that a long time ago. So what I like to do if I'm just lazily throwing levels up on very large time frames, I go to the monthly and I just grab emerging candles. It is that simple. And then you go down to the daily and you look around. I like to use daily time frame like key levels though, especially like the weekly is cool for like candlestick patterns and like early on signals, kind of similar to how you would like scalp like from the 5 to the 1 minute. You can almost treat your weekly to daily as like a good swing setup in that exact manner. So look for like a coming up signal or something on like your weekly and then look at it on the daily and be like, all right, where's the actual entry I'm getting? You know, zoom in. Don't lie, you don't leave your house. Oh, I don't leave it a lot, I'll be honest. I have stated time and time again, you guys hear me on stream and I sound like some extrovert or some shit like that, but I am not. I am to myself. I could count how many friends I have on one hand. That's just how I am. I don't know. I think it has something to do with my bipolar too. Like I really change moods a lot, and sometimes I go from like I love life to I don't want to see the fucking light. Like, you know what I mean? So that's just something I have to work on. Can you go over my trade and check DMs? Oh yeah, no problem. Holy shit, Garden. HD just kept going. Your screen is saying paused on Discord? Is it still like that? I would leave and rejoin because I just personally saw it update if it's still frozen for you. If not, then I'll just restream it, but yeah, I think it is on your side because I just saw it switched. Here, let me switch my chart again and see if it is fucked. Sometimes when it says that too, it might be because I'm actually clicking on this channel too, and that might be my bad misclicking. So if you see that here and there, SLV is flagging. What's up, Woots? I will gladly look at SLV for you. You know, it's funny. A long time ago, in the very beginning of this chat, the first 2 tickers I ever charted. What am I doing? were gold futures and silver futures, and it was me and my friend covering these like really big like cup and handle looking charts. If you told me we were at 4,400 or going to 4,400 back when we were looking at that stuff, I would have been like, yeah, sure, dude, cool. You're talking out of your ass. But yeah, and months ago I talked about how silver is probably going to catch up with gold, but I have silver in my little vault thing. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't talk about them a lot because there's like only like a handful of people in my chat over the course of like 5 to 6 years that have actually like given a shit about this. So it's not like I talk about this a lot. But when I saw you guys bring it up, I was like, finally, like a part of me that was dead is revived. All right, real quick, let's go to check out. What's his name? Rigney's or Dividend Bull's trade real quick. Worked out nice so far. Let's see. Ooh, I love that you're marking that too. Higher high, higher low, lower high, higher low, higher high. Yes, it is. Yeah, that might as well just launch more. Oh, you're using Ripster clouds. I'm gonna be honest, I don't trust most of the people that sell that shit on the internet, but I have heard Ripster clouds are pretty good. I think that's one of the few I've seen that have like stood the test of time. I would like to point out the OTU Woots, Ripster, and all those people are from a group that takes strategies from other people, though. I'm not saying he did that. I'm saying the people he involves himself around. Like, one of his best friends literally uses my strategy and sells it as his own and calls it something else. I'm not even going to tell you because it's literally just going to lead to toxicity. I don't like a lot of those people. But I have seen that Ripster Cloud stand the test of time. I'm not trying to bag on the indicator using. I actually think it is good. It kind of reminds me of Ichimoku a lot, too. But the group of people that dude is around is horrible. Anytime I, like battle them back, you know, it's like they just want to be toxic. They, like, spam my channel with bots and shit. It's really weird. I'm not trying to, like, sound like a hater, but it's just, like, that has always been a hard spot for me. I've literally had people be in my group, and I could show you messages of, like, members from these people who own groups now, and they're in my channel as, like, a guppy asking me questions. And then in a year or two, they're somehow an owner of a group and know all this information and have everything at their disposal. It's just hilarious. Because that's basically what you're using is just Ichimoku with a little bit of a change to it, which is just average lines. And it looks really cool because they add that cloud look where it colors in between the lines. Really, all you're seeing is two EMAs with color between them. Like, their indicators aren't that crazy. I'm not saying what you're using isn't good. I'm just saying, like, what they did and what they provide to people isn't, like, that crazy. They basically just took Ichimoku and customized it. It's, like, not that special. Ichimoku is really, really, really good, though. That's why I think his indicator has stood the test of time. It has nothing to do with him. Or any of those retards he puts himself around. I made 2 free indicators for you BB members. The higher... Oh, here's the post, guys. Wait, where's your trade? I wanted to look at your trade. Oh, it's in trading reviews already. Dude, you're fucking on it right now. Alright, hold on. Let me get your message first. I'll post that in chat so my people can, like, enjoy your hard work. Plus, I want to show people the hard work you did. I think this is incredible that you did this. Alright. If anybody... How many people in here use TradingView? On YouTube stream or Discord stream? How many people in here use TradingView at all? I know there's a lot of you. I'm about to post something that you're going to love. And you might have already gotten this from Ace to some extent, but Dividend wanted to also kind of go in there and make his own. He was having fun with it, and I actually really like what he came up with. Made it very simple. I'm still copying it now, Rigney. You don't have to put the quotations, by the way. I got you. Watch, I'm going to miss deleting one of them. And in this post, too, guys, he says it himself. He says, No strings attached. Just wanted to give back. Let me know if I can improve the indicators, stuff like that. So if you guys have any cool feedback for him, if you do end up using it, let me know. Most of you have all this stuff though. It's just I really, really love that Dividend did this. Let me grab the other one. Wait, Rigney, what am I taking here? Hold up. Can I call you, Rigney? Because you didn't make any sense on this now. Now you're confusing me. Oh, wait. My bad, guys. I forgot I'm an idiot, and I can't call him on Discord when I'm literally streaming on Discord. Hold up. I gotta drag his ass in here. Join the call I'm in. Okay, Dividend's in here. How do I give you perms now? Ah, dude, you would think I was 100. It's also annoying because when you search someone's name, for perms, their name isn't their name. You have to literally type in their username. Like in Dividend's case here, his name isn't Dividend Bull, it's .Dividend Bull. There we go. View channel, blah 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 blah. Speak when spoken to. Connect. Use voice activate. Allow members to speak in the voice channel by simply talking with. Yes, turn that on. Rigney, do you have perms to talk? Leave and rejoin or unmute your mic. Leave and rejoin, you nerd. The last message? Fuck, I already did the first one. Oh, yo. It's just the second thing you sent me? So delete everything you don't want me to send. You made that really confusing. The last message and everything? Okay. Sorry, you like kind of confused me there. I was like, fuck, does you want me to post all that? I was about to post literally everything twice, I think. That would have been good. Alright, and then I saw your other message. I'll see if there's anything. I'm still reading it. I made 2 free indicators for you BB members. The higher time frame candlestick overlay and the BB levels indicator. Figured I'd share them since blah 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 blah. Him being nice, blah 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 blah. Made super. You realize you typed the same thing twice, though, right? I'm just gonna delete the top one then. I think that's also why I was confused, because you sent it twice, and then in the message it had it twice. So I was like, wait, what am I doing? Alright, I think I got it now, though, bro. I think. Let me know how I can improve the indicators. Yeah, this is a good message. You would almost think Rigney was professional. I mean, Dividend was professional at this. No, you're good. This is good. You're going to get a message from Ace, or I'm going to get a message from Ace at one point today, though. Because he's going to think that you took the higher time frame idea from him, when in reality you just also bumped into wanting to do it as well. No, I know. He's not going to take it the wrong way. It's you. It's not like you're malicious. You wouldn't hurt a fly. Or would you? Are you the kind of person that would hurt a fly? We should run a poll in chat. We should just judge you right here. No, I'm kidding. What's up, there, Rigney? You're on the YouTube stream. How you doing? Oh wait, they can't hear you. They can only hear me. Discord can hear you. All right, sorry, YouTube chat. I'm catching up now. You better have me on your one hand. Oh, you're like two of the fingers, dude. You're if I tape two of the fingers together. That came off really wrong. Same here, only growing up friends. People be leeches. Yeah, you don't need 100 friends. You don't need 100 contacts. Yo. See what Ryaku said in Trade Floor? He said, can you add the part where you buy and sell for me too? Yeah, why wasn't that a part of the indicator you sent, Dividend? Little odd you didn't have that part in. Scammer. No. Oh, Ryaku's in here. What's up, bro? I love Ryaku. Ryaku. Sorry, guys, in the stream. I haven't been covering any TA in like 30 minutes. To be honest, though, nothing has really happened outside of the norm. We kind of called out the move up, the move down. Since then, we did have a pretty strong recovery bounce up to basically square one. And we're back down here to the previous day low, resting above it again. It's almost like we're repeating the first half of the day again. Or the first part of the day again. But we'll see. There is a higher low holding against this. There's a higher low above this so far. And we do have more of a double top. I don't know if I'd quite say that's a lower high. So, if anything, it's almost like we're holding like bullish intent here. But just kind of funny how that looks almost identical. Had to pop in, wedding this week, and then I'm done traveling. Oh, nice. Your wedding or someone else's? I'm assuming someone else's. But either way, I hope you have a good time. And by good time, I mean I hope you get so belligerently drunk you fall asleep at a rent. No, I'm kidding. Someone else won't catch me getting married till I'm on my Leland shit. True. So true, though. And then when you get to Leland stage, you still don't actually marry her for like a year or two. What's funny, too, is like... Actually, no, I might be wrong. I have a feeling his wife is going to outperform him soon, like in terms of revenue or income, because she does like high-end dentistry work. Like she knows about 3D printing dentistry work. That's pretty insane. Yeah, Leland's silver high of day, bro. Woot's on the gold and the silver, guys. Y'all need to be paying attention to these posts in here if you're someone who's interested in those kind of charts. He's been providing all kinds of tickers, but he's really, really been killing on gold and silver here recently. Which I think is kind of cool to highlight, because I think a lot of people just think like, oh my god, SPY isn't moving. That means no buying across the entire globe is happening. No, guys, anytime that our market slows down, there's probably other markets picking up. Whether it be material, staple, whether it be a flight to safety, there's all kinds of reasons for money to rotate to different markets. Crypto, commodities, material, equities. I mean, there's a lot. You like that one, Dividend? When market goes down, gold goes up, low key. Yeah, I mean, it is almost as easy. Like, that is pretty much it. You're right. That's when any not even major market pullbacks. I hate just saying that. Like any just minor pullbacks, even like you probably will see more times than not a resurgence in gold and silver. That's why when we're trading options, people are like, Bueller, why are you calling out Walmart and Costco? Like, I'm going to get in Tesla and Apple and Microsoft and Nvidia. It's like, bro, because those just rallied for like weeks. They're going to cool down. And guess what? The money that cools down from that is going to go into these sectors that need to go up. It's the same thing. Same template, same concept, different markets, different rotation, different amounts. I mean, we're never going to sit here and be like, guys, exactly $3.4 trillion just rotated from commodities to equity. Like, I don't fucking know that information, but I can see it visually on my chart. But yeah, so just, it's kind of nice knowing that too, because it kind of reminds you, it's like, oh wow, it isn't the end of the world when one market goes down. Like, there is buying happening somewhere. I'm gonna let YouTube's chat hear you, because they're probably like, who the hell is he talking to? How do I even do that? Talk real quick? Yeah, they didn't hear that. Talk real quick?
Yo.
There, it worked. Nice. That is Dividend Bull if y'all hear him. So feel free to roast, attack him, anything you can. Jim30, love you guys. Have a great... My bad, Dividend. Have a great day, Ryaku. Thank you for tuning in when you could, bro. I love you. Keep spreading the good energy. The good word of positivity. And market rotation. If there's two things in life to teach, it's positivity and market rotation. Also, if you guys have access to the futures channel, whether you trade them or not, I think it's a pretty cool channel. Definitely go check it out if you haven't already. There's a lot of cool people in there that are just focused on that kind of thing. Kazuki Odin. We got Eric in there. We got Maddie in there. A lot of people in there. Actually, I really like Odin's post in there. Really, really clean. Dude, see, Woots? Rob just said it in chat too. Like, that's a genuine like joke from my chat from like a long ass time ago. Like the forever cup and handle look on the big monthlies and the yearly charts. Rob just said it too. That shit's so funny. That's why when I see silver and gold going up, I'm like, man, that's good. That's good for us. Like for our markets. That's really good. More money. More investment. More rotation. More volume. Good shit, though. I love seeing that stuff. I like seeing macro stuff because it's like, it reminds you that we're not just trapped in just this one chart that I'm streaming. There's so much more going on. And I know I cover like a pretty good amount of stuff with like tech and SPY, but like even I can't cover it all. There's so much. So when I see other people covering different aspects that I can't reach, I love it. Because it's just really good information. Kind of like highlights to everybody that it's not as depressing as it might seem. There's actually a lot going on. It's not that bad. Let's delete this annoying ass line now, guys. Does anyone here pay premium on TradingView? I think Leland does, actually. Let me tag him.
Got it.
Oh, Dividend does. Yeah, answer him in the trade floor then. Or actually, he's here in the voice chat. You can just tell him. Rigney?
Oh, he's just asking if we are.
Yeah, he said, does anyone here pay premium on TradingView? Oh, is he asking because of the big discounts that happen at the end of the year? This is like the one time that you should get your deals, Woods. Yes, yeah. I've heard this and I don't even use it. This is the one time of the year that I've seen people like wait to get their memberships and stuff or renew, like you're saying. I would 100% do it if that's what you're talking about. It's the same thing every year too. They do this is like the only time that you really can get like the best discounts for like here in Christmas. But I think Black Friday is the best one. No, but I've renewed on a deal and it just stacks. Oh, okay, you guys are nerds. $355 days left? Dear God. I feel like if you already have it, then just wait till it... But I'm pretty sure it's the same like discount almost every year. It's like 40% or something. I don't know, though. I just know all my nerds tell me this every year. Yo, what's up, man? It's good to see you. Didn't mean to give you a heart attack as soon as you joined the voice chat. But I kind of did at the same time. Phases of the day, my peeps. God, you were preaching the good message, sir. Sock on standby. What does that mean? He has 500 days to live his renew. God, I didn't know you could stack your days like that. That's nuts. 60 to 70? That's nuts. Oh, bad joke? Okay, I will get context then.
We're back at 681.24.
Oh my god, Dividend. I said you could join the call, not join the stream. Jesus.
What the fuck?
I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I didn't say you could talk after you did all that stuff, bro. You gotta stop. I'm kidding, bro. If you guys haven't already realized, I talk to Rigney a lot. Are there different people that we can actually hear, that we can only hear on Discord? No, it's just Rigney. I gave him perms so I could understand what the hell I was supposed to post for him. He made it hard for me.
Start banning random people.
No. You're not getting moderator.
Oh, shit.
I gave Garden moderator this weekend. See, I trust Garden more than I trust you.
Garden, you know what to do.
Yeah, ban Dividend, and I'll take credit for all of his posts.
Shit.
All good. I hope that everyone is enjoying the holiday. You too, man. I hope you are as well. YouTube stream. I'm changing this song. Sorry for sending you to the afterlife a little early. That was pretty bad. You can hear him, right, Dr. J? You can hear Rigney when he talks? Here, say a couple things.
Couple things.
Break down the spy chart on the 5-minute. What we got going here? You're right. You're damn right you're not getting paid for this. This is slave labor, brother. You closed your charts, didn't you?
Yeah.
I know you better than you know me.
Already traded, no need to have it open.
Preach, brother. Preaching the good message. No need to sit there and stare at it and make yourself go crazy. Unless you're just trying to get more reps, and that's cool. And how many hours you got till work now? You got a while. You can chill. You can watch stage 2 while I'm sitting here streaming. Can't watch it.
3 hours?
Yeah, you could watch a whole best of 3 in that amount of time.
I still need to make my lunch and then go shower.
Yeah, but that takes, like, no time. What do you eat for lunch? Like, a bag of ice?
Oh, just, some turkey sandwich, usually. It's usually always that.
Wait, you're actually
have
healthy.
good
Wow.
turkey. I actually have good turkey now.
I thought you were going to say a bunch of junk food, but turkey sandwich, I mean, that's about as healthy as you can get on a lunch.
There's snacks. There's a 50-pound Mountain Dew I drink every morning.
Oh, his volume's not coming in that well? That's probably my fault then.
Oh, I'm just talking quiet.
Yeah, and he doesn't.
Also
He
could
talks
be my
very
fault.
quiet. It'll be like 1 in the morning. I'll be like, Rigney, what are you saying? You should be able to hear him now. He's loud as fuck now. He's here to keep me sane. He's not here to give you signals. I was just about to ask how that was doing, Woots, but I don't want to pressure you.
High or low.
You called a high or low, you said?
I called it out.
Oh, I need to go look at your trade review, bro. I'm tripping.
Oh, yeah.
Discord stream. I am looking in results and review. And I have to tell you that because you can't see me do that. You're probably going to see the chart still, I think. Oh, probably yeah, it says stream still. Pause. That's yeah, don't echo or I'll kill you. And that's facts.
Well, dude,
All right, take profit here. Let's see. Wait, where's your entry?
It's right there. It's on the line.
Huh?
I basically entered like
Right on.
Oh, where it says Poots is your
8124.
entry. Oh,
Yes.
my bad. I thought you were. When I read that, it registered as like he's looking for puts in this here. I didn't think like, oh, that's his entry. All right. So you took it on the first dip from the high of day.
Yes.
You're crazy. You should have waited for the lower high. You want me to show you what you could do? You want me to show you what you could do? Actually, this is what me and Shadow were talking about. This is exactly what me and Shadow were talking about. That's the 1 or the 5 minute.
5 minute.
Okay,
Or the
I'll say
1.
That's
It's
the 1. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
That works better then. I was hoping you'd say the 1. All right, so I'm gonna have just the key levels drawn. I'm not drawing anything extra. So I have the 50% of the gap down. I have the today's open. I forgot Friday was an asshole, so I have to zoom out. Go from the low to the high. So these are the 3 levels I have before the day starts, or as the day starts, because you know this level, right? Nothing on here that you don't also have, right? So go to the 1 day, 1 minute. So outside of just saying it fell and broke this and fell more, like besides saying the obvious, how could we have called out that this was the lower high? How could I have actually calculated that out and said, yep, that's it, before the break, before the obvious? Because any jackass could come in here and be like, well, Rigney, you didn't see red candle break level? Like, come on, man. So let's go over what you actually could have done. And you could do this on any time frame. I prefer the 1 in the 5 minute because it's smaller, it's quicker, something you can actually take action on in a scalp type method. So let's go over that. So where is the high of this move? It's right here, right? We can all agree on that. There's no indifference there, right? So we go from our high to the low of the move before any kind of bid gets touched, right? Any kind of bid gets bought, any kind of green candle appears, right? So how far did this go down before it went back up again? It went down to here. So I want to know from that 50%, right? If it's above this and it's holding this, right, in any kind of sense over any amount of time, then that is a continuation. That is still bullish. There's nothing different, right? But how could we sit there and call out what is the lower high of the high, right? And this is why I was giving Shadow such a big prop earlier in the stream, because this is like more advanced. This is a little like, it's like the next step outside of just look for this to break, So you were. I mean, you didn't get a bad spot. I'm not going to hate because you literally did kind of short the high of the day, so I can't really hate on you. But you did kind of do a little bit of guesswork. I think if you would have waited for this and this to appear, you would have gotten pretty much the same entry, and you would have had more reliable info. So I'm not hating on what you did. You did great. Actually, let me go over your exits now, so I'm not just criticizing one half of your trade. What are the ovals, or you're just pointing out lower highs?
Oh, those lower highs. Yeah.
Okay, good. Just giving yourself comfortability, confidence to be like, okay, why am I still bearish? Good shit. So even though the entry was a tad early, I'm glad what you did in the middle of your trade, keeping yourself in with lower highs, pointing out factual evidence. Hey, I'm bearish and there's good reason to be. And honestly, really good job getting down to the 680.20 level. Is that what your profit is right there? Is that what I'm seeing?
680.30, yeah.
680.30. You freaking beast.
As it was breaking past it.
Yeah. I think too, and I like to think about this in like the long-term thing. So let's say you're in just one contract. You're probably just going to take a quick scalp, get in, get out, right? But let's say you're in multiple contracts. Let's try to practice like we're in that mindset, right? So you took your first part of the trade. Those lower highs that you drew on the 1 minute and any other, evidence beyond that would have given you some sort of confidence to continue holding it. And I'm not going to say you will do this every time, but you'll have a chance of making it down further with that runner. But don't ever hold your full position for that farther target. Get a little bit out, get a little bit, and then take the rest. You did good, though. You did good.
That's why I think I need to start doing either having a mental runner or having multiple.
Yeah, do a mental runner to start, so you're at least putting yourself in like the mental space to even be thinking about that. And then when you actually do end up doing it, you're gonna be like, okay, I kind of know what's going on here. I know what to expect. I know what to look for. And then the lower high fib that we talked about. You can also do that, by the way, on your higher lows. So if I see this go up and then come down, right? and it comes back up and it holds it, I know that I'm holding over a higher percentage of that dip back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're trying to get the lower high of the lower high, if that makes sense. And that's why I like it on
What's
like that 1
the-
minute more.
Was the fib I drew on the like after the high day, not
Let me see. Where did you draw it from? Tell me exactly where. It's a little hard to look at in y'all's pictures. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, you drew it from the lower, the higher low up to the high of day. Is that what I'm seeing?
yeah, high day to looks like previous
So you
day
drew
open.
this.
Or I think I just did that one 5-minute candle. The top, the red one. I'm not sure.
No, I think you did the whole move. You did from higher low to the high. I think is what I'm seeing. Oh no, you're right. You're right. That's an extension level. No, you did do
Yeah.
one. You did one here, and then you did another one here. You have like 2 fibs here. You kind of did the one I'm talking about, actually. I don't know what this other one is. I think it's of the move that you did. I don't know. Personally, when I'm drawing a fib like that, that's if I'm trying to buy the dip. You look like you were trying to short, so I don't know if I would have drawn this fib. Maybe it's a good thing, like, if it goes down to it, you see it as a target. And
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
look, too, that's where your target is. So maybe that's why you did that. So it's
Yeah,
not
that's his-
it's not
his why.
stupid, but you need to understand why you did it, because you're asking me as if that's like something I do all the time, but it's not. But what you did wasn't bad, right? What did you draw? You drew of the move up. How much did it go up, and where's the 50% of that? That's not a stupid fib to draw. But make sure you understand why you're drawing that, because that is actually very important. Like, don't just, if I'm just sitting here drawing fibs, I'm never going to give myself a good entry. By the way, guys, more shorts might be setting up here as I'm ranting to Rigney. Sorry about that. But that was good. No, that was good, Rigney. Good trade. And really, really clean explanation, too. Like, I know you didn't type a lot with it because we're just sitting here chilling, but it was kind of easy to pick up on what was on that chart. Like, I had to ask you a couple questions because I'm stupid, but once I understood that, it was like, okay, cool. This makes sense. So, I mean, you're not shooting in the fucking dark. I'll tell you that much. I think your entry could have been worked on a little bit, but we talked about that. Your maintenance of your trade, holding it while you like to hold it, perfect. And your exit was perfect. So, honestly, a home run of a trade, if you ask me.
Alright.
Good rep, and you got some money out of it.
Oh yeah.
What's for lunch today?
That's why this one guy at work that always asks me that. He's like, "Well,
What's for lunch today? You always say that. And I always be like, good old turkey sandwich.
All right, I'm gonna look at Matty Clams, and then I want to look at Woots next, and then I'll go back to charts. Target is pumping. Don't get me excited, bro. Don't you dare. Oh my God, she is.
Oh, sure.
All right, I need to get back on task. Come to Woots in a second. We'll save the best for last. Matty Clams, come on down. You've won a brand new car. Entered 3 cons short at control point of the gap fib, plus key VB levels. Trimmed 1 at previous day open. I can already picture his trade in my head, and I haven't really had the time to register what's on this chart. I can already visualize everything this man has typed in my head. That is a very good job of like making that make sense. Then trimmed again when price was hanging around previous day open, just to take some risk off the table. I can't read. Held runner towards low of day and current day open. Oh my God, he did the thing we talked about.
That was perfect.
That's literally perfect. Well, Matty Ice. What we got here? Oh, I guess just an extra view of it. And he's got his cute little arrows here. Let's see if they're all positioned correctly. Technically, that's right. These two are probably the most important too. When you have arrows like this, Matty, I would say one thing is make sure you also understand that in the outer part of the ranges, you kind of have another one that could be pointing down here and another one that could be pointing up here. I'm not trying to like make that more noisy, just because that could be seen as like our range, but not really, you know what I mean? In terms of movement for the day. But I really like that you have that, because technically that is correct. technically pre-market high was the better level outside of the range, and then you have the outside of the 50%. You have that other level, the whole range there. Fuck, you guys are like kind of on fire. Oh, excuse my language. I'm not supposed to be cussing. Shit. Oh, damn it. Plays silver today. Bullish bias on silver because he has a big brain since indices are pretty weak. I played the bull flag breakout on SLV on 3 minute. Entered pretty early before the flag since it consolidated and held on my 8 to 13 EMA. Yeah, like that's crazy. That's all that is. Those are the 2 most popular EMAs. That's crazy that's all that is. Very cool though. My entry was the break and reclaim. Let's see this, which I saw part of his chart earlier because he posted this early on in the chat as well to kind of give people a beforehand analysis. Really good. Up 317 on the 1,000. Good shit, Woots. What I noticed is my plays always work out on trend days when it's over previous day high or previous day low. And it's above. That is a big thing, Woots. Holy fuck, dude. How long have you been in this chat? Because, like, he says a lot of things that I'm like, bro, have you not been listening to anything I've said? But then I'm like, wait, he hasn't been here all this time. Like, of course he wouldn't know that. So it's kind of funny that you're naturally bumping into these things that are actually a part of the system. If you want to know, like, the bear, but that is so fucking awesome. He typed it. He typed it word for word exactly how I would have said it too. So the original part of the system, Woots, and I gotta show him this now that he said that. What you're seeing is real. That is a very real thing. The original part of the system, I gotta find another fucking chart. Damn it. I gotta turn equities on. All right, now I can tell him what I want to say. So we have our, where the F is pre-market low. There we go. Pre-market high. Then you have previous day high, previous day low. This is a bad example. So let's pretend previous day low is down here. Just pretend that for a second. The original part of the system was finding moves outside of pre-market high to previous day high and previous day close, because a lot of the time those were close, or under pre-market low to previous day low. So when you're seeing trades like this appear, or like it feels like a lot of straight buying happens between here and here, that's because that is what's happening. So like I actually am so happy he typed that out. That is really, really big Woots. How long has he been here? I gotta click on his profile. Because he has... You've been here for a while, but you haven't been like a member for a while. You know what I mean? But that is exactly right. I know you can't see my stream on Discord because I'm showing it on YouTube, but that sentence is like bar for bar correct. Also, great job, regardless of like indicators, of having like a structure to how you look at things. Like, anyone could see an EMA hold and buy it and lose on their trades because they don't understand what's going on. But he has a lot more going on here. He's actually tracking trend and seeing that this is a high probability spot for a potential retest, right? It's making its next big move from here, whether it rejects, makes a new low and falls back down through the other one, or it holds and builds over the one that's above it and builds higher. So it's like you're not just using one thing, you're actually using a structure there, and I love that. If you were just using like EMAs and you're like, I bought dip, I'd be like, okay, dude, please stop. But you're not. You're actually showing their structure there, and you're using the indicators that you have. That's why I'm not hating on you using the Ripster Cloud. I just wanted you to know that, like, that guy is a total scam. There's a reason that the group he's from ended and why they're having to do a second one. But the 8 and 13 EMA, though, I want you to know it is very strong. I personally use the 8 and the 9, and I've gone over other EMAs, and it is a significant bounce area. That's why I like that you have it there, but not alone. You're using actual structure, which is honestly how you get the best trades out of those setups. If you just bought every dip that touched an EMA, you'd be broke. Or tried to short everyone, you know what I mean? But no, you did great. And I also love the... You also have that outside macro bias, too, of, well, I know that that silver should go up. So not only that, now I have other things. No, you're good, Woots. I'm not judging you for using it. I'm just trying to make, like, I want you to know that that's my stance on it. I'm not trying to, like, fuck you for using this. You know, that's not what I'm trying to say. I just suck at English. But I really, really love your trade review. There's a lot of things people can take away from that. Thank you again. And good shit, Dividend. Good shit, Matty Clams. Honestly, I have yet to see a trade review in like the last few weeks that I've been like, what the hell? I honestly can't remember the last trade review that I was like, what is this? You know, what are you doing? I can't even remember that. Fuck, which chart was I using? That one. Equities. Turn that off. I only turn this off, by the way, because it's personal preference. I just think it looks nicer. I have no hate against people who look at extension or extended hours. You do you. It is all personal preference at the end of the day, guys. If you guys want to use fibs, if you guys want to use EMAs, do whatever, but you still need to use the basics outside of that, so you have higher probability setups in front of you. If you're just using one or the other, it's not really helping you. And then you add candlestick pattern knowledge on top of that, and you might as well be the next Einstein. Lag says, I just pray. Yeah, I'd pray if I was you too. I'm just kidding. I love you, Lag. Thank you, brother. You too, man. Thank you for posting that. You guys are always like, thank you for covering my trade review. But honestly, I love when y'all post your trade reviews because it's like, imagine some new person joins our chat and they're like, all right, what are they doing here? I want them to see that you guys don't have to suck on the tit of the owner to make money. That you yourself can make up your own mind and do your own thing. And you have your own kind of day. It doesn't matter that I'm here or not. Like, they should be able to, somebody new should come in here and be like, damn, there's some smart motherfuckers in here. And they can.
Here.
Yeah, exactly. I just work here. I just exist. That's why I'm proud of my people, because I don't go easy on them. But there's a good reason for that. By the way, this is looking immaculately bullish right after I was saying this was going to start looking bearish if this broke. It did the exact opposite, and it just bounced, and we have seen nothing but green on the 5 minutes since then. I don't want to make it seem like every time I point out something I'm correct. I was actually incorrect in thinking that would break. It formed the candle that always pops up at the low of day or high of day. There's always a wicking doji or a wicking hammer. Every single time. Every
Text
single
that
time.
Pibby, stay close.
Do what?
Look at text daily.
Tech daily. Oh, you're saying tech is at previous day close. My bad. I thought you were.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying spy. I was like, no, it isn't. No, it isn't, nerd. Yeah, you're right.
No, it's not.
And good point, Rigney. Thank you for paying attention. Because, yeah, what have we talked about all stream, guys? When you get signals on your spy, what should you be clicking and checking on, even if just for a quick moment? Your triple Q and your XLK. And what have those been doing? Bouncing above the 50% of the gap up. Or gap down, sorry. We wish we gapped up today. Didn't bounce on the 50%, but as you can see, and this is why I go over XLK, I almost promise you the reason it dipped under and back above is because there were non-tech weights that did this. Because there are non-tech weights that are inside Triple Q. Triple Q is not just tech. That's why I don't call it pure blood tech. Pure blood tech is XLK. And you can see they did just touch it and bounce. So that indicates to me that there were non-tech weights within Triple Q that did keep falling, and that's why you didn't get that perfect little touch on Triple Q like we did on SPY or like we did on XLK. You can also just point out indifferences like that. Pretty cool. But yeah, we're looking pretty damn bullish. I don't really know what else to say now. Everything's like kind of bouncing together. That's why I feel so bullish on this. Also, one of the few sectors that were kind of green earlier flipped red was healthcare. Everything else is flat or green. So guys, did the market bounce or did SPY bounce? Because it honestly feels like a little bit of both. There's some mixture there, though. Our healthcare stocks aren't feeling too hot. I think one of the best looking short setups was Eli Lilly that I talked about in the Lifetime chat. If anybody's not in Lifetime, I'll just go over it here again. But basically, you have an evening star here. Big bearish kicker after this too, so it's like a strong evening start. Basically, as long as it's under this level, there's a very good chance this is going to keep dumping. And of course, it'd be kind of nice if it popped up and gave you a more of a value buy to short this again for a better trade, but that's not always going to happen. This might be its entry, so not quite sure yet. Still kind of paying attention to this, but I did want to at least point it out to the people in my chat that like to watch healthcare stocks, because this is a pretty big healthcare weight. If you go to XLV, this is, yeah, number one. They're almost 15%. Yeah, so this is like, actually, I can't compare this to anything. There is no weight that weighs this much in its own sector like that. That must be the craziest weight in the stock market, actually, if you think about that. Because if you go to tech, wrong one, right? They're at least close together. There's a couple there, right? They are all far from everyone else, but they're at least close, right? You go to staples, see, they kind of cascade off of each other. But you go to healthcare, bro. This one's almost double the weight of the next one. It's not even actually that close, but it's pretty close. That's wild. That's a huge disparity. You could say Eli Lilly literally carries the healthcare sector. That's crazy. Also, if you guys are on TradingView, I know you guys don't have the exact same screen as me. I think this is called something else on y'all's platform. But you can also just Google this. This isn't like paywalled information from the stock market or anything. Like you can physically see what are the weights of each sector, and then I can go to SPY and I can see of those sectors how much of those are SPY. And that's why I put so much emphasis on tech, as you can see, because tech weighs, I mean, it's over a third of the stock market. It's not even close to second place. This is like having 3 financial sectors. That's crazy. So yeah, a lot of emphasis behind the facts of the market. The structure of the S&P, all that stuff. I don't know why I keep switching charts. They're the same thing. Have a good day, bud. Hope to hear you again. Great show. Thank you. Appreciate you for tuning in. PDCP touched on SPY. Oh, good call out. It did while I was talking my head off. Good stuff, Dr. J. That is accurate, and you are correct. Would that count as a Morningstar forming a higher low near yesterday's low? Near yesterday's low. You're on SPY, right? 5 minute or 1 minute? I'm assuming 5 minute. Could you consider this a Morningstar if this is what you're talking about? Yeah, 5. Okay. I don't know if I'd sit here and be like, that's a Morningstar because of the wicks that are on top here. I think the big thing you need to take away from is this candle by itself. And that's kind of what I do a lot of the time with like that candle there, or even on that Morningstar or the Evening Star we talked about on the Eli Lilly chart. It's really about seeing the indecisiveness or the bearishness of a bearish hammer like that. Or an indecisive 50-50 doji like this. Like you really want to see this at the top and bottom of each of your trends. So I don't know if I'd count it as a Morningstar, but it definitely has that look. So I see why you're asking that. But it's the same concept though. Like you're looking for bullish price action to pop up after this. Like it doesn't matter what kind of green candle, but if a green candle pops up after this and it actually holds up higher than where the red candle opened, this should be a good bounce. That's just facts. That's just based on pure candlestick knowledge. Nothing to do with what I actually think about where it's at or what it's done, you know? Just that by itself, yeah, that's bullish. But where is it placed at? And it's like, it's nice, it's kind of at yesterday's low. And since it already did this move where it went down once, it makes sense that when it comes down that it could bounce here, you know? That's why you probably heard me saying I expect it to short, because I'm so used to this just like falling through the floor after it doing this whole move. But it did the other scenario. It didn't. It bounced. So I was wrong. But that's why it's really important to kind of take away candlestick pattern knowledge, because I think I was saying that when these two candles were still forming. If I had waited even just 10 more minutes, I would have been like, oh, no, we're either going to consolidate or you're going to move up into this high.
4 or 5.
So it's kind of nice to use candlestick knowledge to actually dictate that direction, not just... It's like driving with your eyes closed. Like, if I'm just driving with my eyes closed, yeah, it sounds horrible.
Oh, no, sounds fine. Fine.
Yeah, I'm sure you're victims.
I might try that on my way to work.
Try it. Yeah, try it today.
Yeah.
Put
have
a
something to
put a
look at.
webcam on the front. Been harping on 3 to 4 bar plays. Been giving you really easy plays, especially on higher time frames like last Friday. And yeah, and I think why you might be liking them is because they have a nice rule set, right? When you're trading a 3 bar or 4 bar play up, there really is just one indicator for that, right? Let's talk about 3 bar up. 3 bar up, you get your move up, right? And then the next candle needs to be somewhat flat, against the top of that, and then it needs to come down. But what does it need to hold for you to maintain that? What is this song that we're listening to? I'm sorry, I had to change that. I was actually losing my train of thought because I thought I was falling into chaos. Zelda and Chill. All right, we'll leave that on. Okay. So back to what I was saying. So of this candle, like you're kind of just looking at the 50% of it, right? And if this is going to hold it, I think why you like it and why you probably have success from it is because it's methodical. There's a process to it. Like what I talk about with PEMDAS with the other levels. I think that's probably why you like it and why you have good success with this, because it's very methodical. There's a process to doing it every time you do it, right? Regardless of up or down, you're relying on the same kind of look every time. Not just what the short term can bring you, from the retest and the hold, and maybe you find a lot of the time the middle candle, you're trying to find that wick under. You want to find that wick under. You want to find any kind of just boring candle here, because that is going to tell you, yes, this is more of just like slow down before it gets bought up more, right? You don't want to see some crazy exciting candle to ruin what you're looking at. So I think that's why you probably like it and probably do well on it, is because it's just systematic. It's do this, do this, do that. So it's probably really fun for you to just kind of go through that. I don't know, I could be wrong. 4 hour last Friday was such easy money for me. Everyone didn't trade that day, but the setup called to me. Yeah, I wasn't around. But I'm happy to hear you weren't like scared or you didn't let anything like that affect you. Like, oh, nobody's on chat today, I might as well go back to sleep. Like, you still were like, no, I'll look for a setup. Now, did you post a trade review? Let's see, did he? I'm not seeing your name in here. I'm going to have to say that never happened, Lag. He said no. No proof didn't happen. You know what I mean? No, I'm kidding. No. I'm proud of you. Thanks for bringing this up in the stream. Yeah, I still need to get to Eric's DM. I see him in here again. I'm still trying to catch up to all y'all's messages now. Good shit, though, Lag. TLDR, good shit. Proud of you. Love you. Nike with a Morningstar on the monthly nicely. Let's see how it holds today. But I like it for swing. Post that in the chat when you have time later on in the day, Alexis. I would love to harp on that. We could keep replying to it. I just used Lag's vocabulary. Review and workshop. I will check that in a second. I gotta watch Eric first. KK over $700 today with MES, even with a $200 loss in the beginning due to tight stop loss but correct trade plan. Second trade was off CDO reject. Last trade was off the 1130-ish higher low on it. Rejected 21 and 8 EMAs, closing my charts for the day. All right, Eric, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look at it right now if you want. I'm allowed to pull this on stream, right, Eric? Or do you want to keep it here? Okay. If you do, can you put what you're sending me in BB Workshop? I think that these people would eat what you're sending me in my DMs. They're not going to get thrown off because you're trading futures and we're not. It's the same rubric. They're not going to get thrown off by that. But I think that would be a great place for that. You can always repost to me if you want. I know you and Username, or you like to have like your kind of like journal in my DMs. I don't mind it. I'm just saying also put it in there so you have your so they can also take away from it. I think that would genuinely, like, their minds would expand if they saw some of the things you say to me. Alright, and then I need to look at Kazuki Odin in a second. I got a lot of shit to look at. Okay, I'll wait then, Eric. I'll wait. I am gonna read what you sent me though, real quick. Just, you know, out of respect. Not just never reading it. Damn, Eric. I bet you gotta feel good after today, though. I can go back a couple months into our DMs, and I can find a DM where you're like, not stressing, but you're heavily highlighting the importance of how well you need to do. You know, just life shit. It's kind of funny looking at your post now. It's almost like I'm talking to two different Erics. Dead Eric, and then there's this Eric. The Eric that like creates life. Good shit, bro. I'll wait to say anything on your actual trade when you post it. I don't want to tease him. Linwood, get on to you now. I've got Linwood on the screen, guys. We like Linwood. Oh, I need to look at Carter's too. I just put a stupid little check on it. Hold up. Can't disrespect Carter here. Bro will be at my house. Entry, white, exits orange. What the fuck is this song? Lost Woods? Why does it sound like that? Is this really Zelda music? That sounds like actual Zelda music. This is the song. Oh. I didn't even play Zelda, but they had some pretty good, like, music. Alright, how do I go back to my non-copyright music now? There we go. The other one is dead, lol. Yeah. You are. I'm the disciplined, patient, profitable Eric. You're E-Rock. Alright, my bad. I'm off topic here again. Entry white, exits orange, overnight gap down. This is giving me good context instantly. We tested the overnight 50% and the previous day low. More context. He's not just saying this to say it because it happened. He's saying it because it literally falls in line with his previous sentence. 5-minute bearish engulfing. Entry on the 1-minute lower high retest in the 50% of that candle. 2 cons. That's my boy. First sell as we close under previous day low for 25%. Could retake for a 90% move. Okay, I like this. Kind of adding your inner thoughts on the potentials from this area. That is true. Could have gotten fucked. Being under PDL and overnight gap 50%, we have the strength for that full move back to CDO. Oh my god. Pin this. This is getting pinned. Do we even have pinned messages in here yet? No, this is the first. I couldn't add enough emojis on this if I tried, brother. I'm not even trying to glaze you right now. But I almost want to cry right now. Like, I almost want to cry. Because
previous day close.
Because this is what I teach for. This is what I go over my system for. Oh my god. Okay, I think where I first got impressed reading this was when you said this. Like, I actually want to cry a little bit reading that. Like, tears of joy. Like, I'm trying to make a fake tear come out, but it's not happening. Come on, dead dogs, dead babies, dead babies. Something. Like, trying to make myself cry. Huge context, in my opinion.
New high. New high day for tech.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, keep giving me those updates because I'm not looking at the chart at all right now.
That also makes it an outside bar.
Good update. Also, great exit for the scalp because we did hold current day open when we opened. It's like the biggest sigh of relief of my life. I think I could be dying right now and I would read this and it would give me joy. Oh my god. I have to just take this in a little bit longer. It's not every day that you read a post that's like this good. I'm not even trying to glaze Carter. I don't even give a fuck how much you made on this. I don't even care that says 70-something%. Like, good job. That's a really fat gain, but it's the thinking behind all of this. Like, now you understand how to hold through shit. It's not to get lucky. It's because you have context on why you should potentially hold through it, right? You could have been wrong and it could have bounced, like you said. You even said it in your thoughts. Could have 90%ed here. You know, it could have fucked me here. And I'm glad you were conscious enough to be like, wow, let me trim some there since that's kind of what could happen here. In case this is my last chance, let me get one here. It wasn't your last chance. So you did that. You took the risk off the table and you were allowed to even make it down here. Like, I can't make this up, man. This is like the best trade I've ever seen. The best trade review I've ever seen in my chat. This is everything I've worked for. You're getting all my favorite emojis. Oh my god, dude. I mean, I might print this. I might actually print this. I'm not even fucking joking. I might actually print this. I think I might cry. Alright, we'll come back to that. Held 50% of the move in pre-market low with Doji, almost set pre-market high. 1 minute retest of previous day open. Paper trade only looked for new high day. It doesn't matter, man. You're getting your reps. Alright. Entry, exit. Okay, so pretty swooped play. So he pretty much caught that last dip buy. He caught the one that I was like, it should start falling here. Like, didn't let me scare him. Let's see. Ah, but he waited for actual confirmation, though. Unlike myself. Waited for more. It's funny, because we literally just talked about this a little bit with lag, too. It's kind of funny. This lines up with what you entered. I know this is probably hard for other people to look at. But he basically drew that fib that you drew on your other one, but on the right side leg. And he was catching the... Oh my god, he literally did it, too. Linwood. There's a lot of extra junk on this fib. I would honestly edit that. Maybe you like it. I don't personally. But
That looks like a good fib to me.
But basically what he did is he drew... Oh, wait. I just drew that wrong. Sorry. Of the move up, he's kind of... What am I doing? Of the move up, he's kind of looking at, like, where's the 50%? Let me go back to that. Yeah, of the move up from here to here, that's where he drew it. Like I said, probably hard for some other people to see, but if you look closely, where that candle bounces right here, that's actually the 50% of the move up. So he's just tracking just some basic information of the move up. How much is it holding? And then he waits for the, it looks like the golden pocket to be closed above by multiple candles. And then he's looking a little bit higher in a higher probability situation. He literally did the hidden retest fib in a move up. That's actually incredibly hard to visualize. I'm actually proud as fuck of you for this. Wow, guys. Maybe this channel is actually working. That's why I needed to sock. I mean, I'm not going to lie. These are really high quality. And the thinking behind it. I mean, it's like everything I teach. But, like, you got it all on your own. Like, I don't even remember going over this today. I'm so fucking proud of this right here. I mean, that right there, man. It's just beautiful. I have nothing else to say. There is nothing else to say. I'm mad impressed by all that. Thank you guys for that. Seriously. I know I'm like glazing you and stuff, but like I really appreciate that. You know, some people you don't know if you're actually getting through to them or not, even when they're like, "Yeah, man, I totally am hearing you out." You know, they're like answering back and stuff, but you never really know. You know, you don't, and I never really know until someone's failing. No one ever speaks up, right? And in this world, no one speaks up. They're always like, "I'm losing a lot. That's why you need to know about it and hear about it now." Like, I never get to hear about it when it's for the good. So this is nice. But that's just human nature. I can't really complain about those people. Freaking Woots is still tearing it up. I'm over here trying to cover things, and Woots is still tearing it up. Entered SPX here. Another classic play. 3-minute. What a rejection. I think it's really helping too, because you're these highs and lows you're tracking. This is literally how me and Leland would practice every day. We would go through hundreds of reps, and we would track highs and lows every time. And it will lead you into like decision making that just makes sense. You'll end up bumping into trades where you're like, well, that was obvious. Someone else will hear you cover that, and they'll be like, what are you talking about? It's not obvious to everybody. It's obvious because you're tracking it super well. Really, really, really good work, Woots. Round of applause. Wonder if going to test previous day high? Yeah, possibly. Since we've already done this retest, that is a very big possibility of being here. But I'm not going to be surprised if we hit previous day close somehow. I don't think I'll be shocked if one more dip was to happen, just because of the trend today. But it feels really good. This looks really good. There's good structure here. It's not just one dip and rip. You know, it's actually multiple. So it's almost like the first whole part of the day was just setting up a higher low consolidation phase. And it's funny because we haven't even had to mention the daily time frame yet. So normally I'm all over that. But today we actually had a lower open, right? So if we were to somehow get to previous day high, that would eliminate some of that short-term pressure that happened today. Meaning we could just keep going up after that. We might not get that beautiful retest we all love to look for. So I think, honestly, today we need to take into account of the previous day's high to where we fell from today. Does that make sense why I'm drawing it like that, guys? We're kind of just going from the distance of where we were to how far we went down and how bad things got. So I think as long as we're just like above the 50% of that move by the end of today on the daily, let me go back to the daily so I'm not confusing you. There is a good chance we probably do have another green day or a slight move up into the 685s tomorrow. If nothing progresses higher than this area, I think probability flips and we start looking towards getting a better retest down towards that 674, 675 area. But as of right now, we're looking great still for upside. But just end of day, I think we should all come back and look at that and see, did we close above this level or not? Because if not, this might indicate that we are going to slow down more in the next couple days just for the week. Because in my post for the week, I said that a slowdown for a week or two is very possible before more all-time highs are made. And that could be tech slowing down. That could be the sectors finally consolidating a little bit more. But as you can see, tech hasn't slowed down, right? So there's no reason to be bearish yet, right? We're still getting that first response from this bearish reaction. So this is a relief bounce so far, right? So we could either keep going or we could be looking for a higher low coming. But either way, we're still in bullish scenarios. There's no reason to be super bearish right now. We already did that. If you're trying to be bearish right now, you're late. So I think everybody focused on like scalps and bullish swings for now, or kind of waiting for that pullback outside of just taking scalps, of course, because who doesn't want to scalp? I think that's kind of what we're looking for. We'll see, though. And I saw a few of you kind of allude to the same thing in the chat. I saw Woots post it this morning. I saw a couple of you kind of talk about it in your own post across the chat. So looks like a lot of us are in the same page or in the same direction.
Huh? Okay.
Imagine there's like no one here and it's just you and your computer, you're just staring at these candlesticks, you're just talking to it. That's... You ever imagine that?
I mean, I do it every day on stream.
Yeah, but there's people here. Say that there was no one here.
What do you mean no one here?
Like there's no stream, nothing. You're just there talking to yourself.
Brother, what strain of weed are you smoking, and can I have some?
None. You just ever think about that though?
I know, but what you're saying, it sounds like one of those memes where it's like high thoughts, where like, bro, just imagine it's like just you on this like plane in the middle of the fucking universe, and you're just talking to yourself. Like that's kind of what you asked me just now. I'm not making fun of you. I thought it was funny.
That is good. So if you were on the plane,
Mm-hmm.
just talking to yourself,
Mhm.
what'd you do?
I would probably go. I'd probably do what I'm doing now.
On the plane?
Yeah, I'd talk to myself.
Oh, no
You th-
stream, no
You
nothing.
think I'd
just-
die going crazy, dude? I'd be like that guy in the Outcast, bro. I'd be talking to Wilson. I'd be fucking making up friends that don't even actually exist or are there. Like I would live. I would go crazy, but I would live. Yeah, guys, Japanese rice traders invented these candlesticks. I'm just sitting there literally talking to a fucking volleyball.
Stranded cruise ship.
Yeah, Wilson, the Japanese rice traders were onto something. You're right. They were kind of ahead of their time. That's the kind of conversations I would have by myself. Someone clip that? Was it when I was crying? SPY went up 5% in 5 trading days. It averages like 7 to 10% a year. Consolidation makes sense. Yeah, dude, when people hear me say that we need consolidation soon, they're like, oh, he's just being a Debbie Downer. Yeah, it's not because we just went up this many sessions in a row. That's not at all why I'm saying that. I'm actually a manifestation of BB's schizophrenia. He is talking to himself. I've always thought that, because you keep giving me all the data points that I really, really like. Bueller has multiple personality, but they're just 4 different biases. Every quant trader. Ah, that's true. I'm like heavy bullish, we got heavy bearish, and then we got the in-betweens on each side. The in-betweeners. Shout out to any of my UK people in here. If you know what I'm talking about, you are based.
Oh shit.
Then Bully Bueller is the 4th? Who do I bully? Unless you mean like the morons that come in here just to like troll and pretend to like be funny. Like, what was that guy's name? Wasn't his name like Buy the Dip or something? Like, imagine going online, creating an online alias, and you put Buy the Dip. Like, how original are you? And sure, this is coming from a guy whose name is Bueller, but still. That's pretty bad. Goobers that come in chat, yeah. Yeah, I'm not. I try my best not to be like a dick to my people. I like my people. Even when one of my people are being frustrating, I try my best to be as patient as I can, because I try to see it through their eyes. Like, they probably aren't meaning to be frustrating, or even know that they are. So I don't treat them that way, because I know that they're not trying to be like that. It's more or less just like they need to hear it 13 times or hear it a certain way. Stop loss hit. Honestly, good stop loss, because I think if you were to hold any longer, this would be looking bad. But here, Woots, we're not here just for the good. We're also here for the bad. Good shit for even posting that. You could have totally like hid in your closet, hid in a corner, not even replied, not said anything in here, just never came back, you know? But you're like a grown-ass man, so that's like really cool that you did that. You went to the bathroom? I went to the bathroom and I turned the lights off and I hid and I said Bloody Mary 3 times in a row in the mirror. Oh, you went to the bathroom and that started happening. Oh, that actually sucks. I've done it a time or two. I think all of us have. You step away for 5 seconds or you look at something for 5 seconds and then you look back, you're like, what the hell happened? That's not just my stop loss. I think it's also just a good part of the day. I think one last thing we could talk about here in the stream is the phases of the day. And this will kind of tie into that as well. clip that was a whole best review ever, but specifically when you were trying to make yourself cry. I genuinely thought I was going to. I'm not lying. Like, when I first read that sentence, I wish I could explain to you, like, how many things went through my head. When I read that line in his trade review, it was like, all the stress and pain and, like, whatever of, like, having to teach anybody of any level this stuff, it like, all was just, like, alleviated right then and there. It just all flew out the window. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not stressed. I'm just saying that it is kind of cool reading shit like that. What was I saying? Phases. So type in phases on my YouTube channel. This is the one you can watch if you want. It's not even 7 minutes, so get off your high horse. It's not that long. But basically, TLDR, we split the day up into 3 parts, basically. And this is kind of really just set up higher probability situations for ourselves. So I think all of us could agree that the amount of movement from here, what am I doing? To here is a lot. Like, I think we can agree all of this movement is a lot, even just for one session, right? Now, let me go back and delete all that because it's impossible to look at. We split the day up into 3. So where's 10:30? 10:30 is about right here. So 10:30. So that means the first 2 hours of the day is technically one part of the day. And then go from 10:30, which, if we're being super anal about this, between 10:30 and 11 doesn't exist in the eyes of a trader that has a working frontal cortex. And then between here to the last 2 hours of the day, where's 13? I'm blind, it's right there. Okay, so from 13, which is 1 o'clock my time. So basically, you have the first 2 hours of the day, right? At the end of the day, you have the last 2 hours of the day, right? Everything else in between is the middle, the meat, right? And then, like I said, anybody with the brain is trying their best not to trade in that 30-minute interval. If you're already in one, can't really hit you there. But entering new trades, not likely. You don't really want to do that. So let me get into this a little bit more. Let me draw like the crust for our bread here. Right? So let's say we get like a shit ton of movement in this first part of the day, right? Is it imperative or is it something that should definitely have to happen? Why are all these keybinds on my screen? There they go. That was weird. I thought I was getting hacked. So if we get a lot of movement here, is it imperative that we have to have movement in the second part of the day? No. A lot of the time on active days, you get a lot of movement in the first part of the day, not a lot in the second part of the day, and then you get some in the third part of the day. It's also very popular to get a lot of movement in the last part of the day. The big ones that you really want to focus on is this window and this window. You really want to take your trades in one of these 2 windows. You want to try your best to avoid these windows, right? But what is the best time that you should be looking to trade in this one? When is the best time we can trade this one? Remember what I said. It's very popular for a day to have a lot of movement in the first part of the day and the last part of the day. So what if we have a day where we don't get a lot of movement in the first part of the day? Then you can delete these X's off your screen. This is now a part of the day that you can start looking at for potential trades because we have consolidation. We don't have a lot of movement. Volatility hasn't released itself onto the market. So you're going to be looking at the lunchtime part of the day and possibly even the last 2 hours for a trade for your scalps. So if you ever happen to notice that, you wake up late, you saw nothing happen in the first part of the day, and you think to yourself, oh, I missed everything. No, you didn't. We didn't move anywhere yet. We haven't moved that much. So you can actually possibly still find another trade. So if you're ever someone who's sitting here and you destroyed the first part of the day, and then you do nothing the rest of the day, that's good, because you did your damage. Why are you still sitting there when you know you squeezed most of the toothpaste out of the bottle, right? Now, I'm not saying every time you see this, that's going to happen. No, there's days where every part of the day is just going up or just going straight down. We're going to have large days. That is going to happen. But on a normal day, this is the kind of thing you need to be thinking about outside of your other 100 million things you're already thinking about. That's just a cool little macro thing you could do to split the chart up a little bit. But definitely check that video out if you haven't. But that's kind of what that video goes over. I only trade the first 2 hours. That power hour theta burn be hitting if the move is taking its time. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you're trading, yeah, I can't argue that. When you are about to be a dick, remember that you are what you eat. That is true. That's why I'm 99.9% water. I eat water salads. I have water burgers. I have cups of water. Go into your bathroom and leave 3 purple ties in a form of a 3-bar play to summon Powell. Oh God. Did y'all see the drama? We're screwed next year. Powell I think is done next year. And Trump will actually have the power to put someone in. Liar, you're like 22% Chick-fil-A. Okay, wait. You are actually right. I stand corrected. I sit corrected.
I've seen a video of a dude using Chick-fil-A sauces, motor oil,
That's
and it worked very well.
That's insane.
Actually better than his normal oil. It
I think
starts
that's
sticks and stuff.
I think that's the same guy that I saw where he did a video of like something else instead of oil, and it ended up being better than oil. And I was like, huh? It was like soda or something, or it was something weird. Something really, really weird he did, and it ended up being like better. Now, you probably shouldn't do it for the long haul of that vehicle, but it did end up working. D-Dev, can you please go over Kava? Would you like it on the daily time frame, Dev? I'm assuming. Or I guess I'll just do a general sweep of it. I think you were the one who brought it up to me last time, were you not? I think I have it charted because of you, or maybe it was someone else. But since we last talked, it looks like they broke support and have retaken support. Actually, holy shit, today is kind of impressive. Let's do a new chart so I don't have bias. Because that gives me buyer bias instantly. I mean, it probably should be giving me buyer bias, but what is going on? This song is weird. Is this not just like a copyrighted version of the song that's in Trailer Park Boys? That was a weird song. Okay. I still get buyer bias, even if I chart it differently. What I really like about it, Dev, why you're hearing me say buyer bias so much, is because I really like this. I really like that it has a low here, breaks it, even moves away from it, and then they retake it, and you get like a, not a 3-bar play, but this is exactly what we're looking for. It's kind of initiated step 1 of buy the dip. I would say this is kind of like a movement away from the buy the dip signal. Like anybody who's competently watching this to see if it's going to go up, they're going to see this as a buyer signal for more. Where is it going? Good question. I have a couple different areas here, as you can see. One's from like supply demand only, and then I have another one just from pure emerging candles, and it looks like 57s are on both of them, so that would be something good to watch. I don't know if I'd look for instant gap fill, but I won't lie to you, for recovery bouncing price action, this is what you want to see, because what you're seeing here is what we call a liquidity grab, or a 90% entry, which is basically just a break and retake of something. But what you're seeing there is a lot more powerful than just a break and retake. It's not just red to green. It's not just bear to bull. It's so much stronger than that, because you have people who think that it's going to keep falling and go to the zero, right? As soon as this had a higher open and retook that level, all of the people over the last 4 sessions have been trapped. That is a lot of sitting volume, a lot of idiots who are just going to be holding their trades, and as they close those trades out, what does that do to the stock price? Sends it up. So that's why you've been getting this the past couple days going up. Now, I'm a little late to this chart, so I can't sit here and confidently tell you that you should buy today. You know, you could actually be looking at a better dip buy signal after this, which again, if this is that, then I would be looking at like whatever this is from low to the high of that first green candle where we bounced. You'll actually see it held right there. I would look to see if it does a similar thing like that. You know, maybe it doesn't come down perfectly to here or to here. So, sorry for like the quick, rough little run through there, but that's why I keep saying buyer bias. It's because of that. That right there is super strong. Whoops. And that's why. Thanks. No problem. Honestly, this is a pretty cool chart you found. Are you already in this? If I'm allowed to ask, you don't have to answer. I'm just some dude on the internet. You don't have to say a damn thing to me. Either way, though, very cool chart. I think I added that to my, not this list, my other long list earlier. 30 calls from 46? Oh, okay. I'm actually really proud of you then. I was going to say, I mean, I said it already, but like right here is kind of your buyer signal, that green candle. You know that fib that I just drew and it got me that level? Like, that's insane. This is exactly what I've gone over in the stream today, but on smaller time frames. So very cool that it also held that fib, not just 90% liquidity grab. I was going to say, like, it's kind of too late for new entries. Like, this is for someone who's, like, already in this, like, from this info. So I'm happy to hear that you're already in it. You're already kind of getting your damage done. You're probably just trying to hear if you think it still looks good, which is cool. Good luck on your trade, Dev. And feel free to drop a trade review in my Discord, man, when you do finish up with that trade. I would love to review that. Or just look over it. Good shit, though, dude. Seriously. Very, very good execution. I don't know where you learned that from, but damn it, you're smart. Oh. God, I love stretching. It's 11:30, dude. Did the second best of 3 start? Oh my god, Rigney.
What?
I'll message you later. This is crazy. No problem, dude. Thanks for sharing that. I always love when people share different tickers and stuff. Even if it's something you may have brought up in a previous stream, I love just pulling it back up to kind of get context. Because even if I'm not the one who's focused on it, at least you get like a non-biased opinion from me because I'm not the one who's like, buy it, sell it, you know? I'm not like 100% accurate or anything. I'm never going to act that way, but try my best. Good luck on your trade. Fuck yeah, I can't wait for 100-year mortgages. Brother, we're on the verge of that. We're on the verge. Got in on MRK light puts, taking advantage of the short-term bearish sentiment. I love that, Alexis. Good shit. I figured you were going to catch a downside healthcare play today. Because I knew you were probably monitoring the bigger weights and you probably saw how shitty they looked. Good shit, dude. Passion UA beat Fnatic? Are you joking me? That's awesome.
What?
Perry Vision beat Nip. Now we have 3. If M80 beat Imperial, that's 4. And then we get one no matter what. Bay 3D. Bro, we might get all of them today.
Oh shit.
I'm actually kind of hyped. I told myself I was only going to stream to like 10:30 so I could go watch the games. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to stream longer. I'm having a good time in here. A lot of really cool people showed up. Plus, I need to start doing the thing where I'm in Discord at the same time more. Oh, God,
Yeah.
Tobias is here. Oh, God, Tobias is here. Yo, thanks for the shirt, Tobias. I'm not going to lie. You faked me out pretty hard. Because you kept making me worry about what the gift would be. So you had me think, like, my imagination was running wild. So I'm like, did he just send me like a box of money or a box of gold or like something that I wouldn't accept? You know, like that's what I'm trying to say. Like something that I would be like, no, bro, you got to take this back. Like that's what I thought you were going to send me. So I was really actually worried about what you sent me. Then when you told me that it was already here when it was supposed to take like 8 or 9 days, I was like, okay, he definitely didn't do that. This has to be something he like custom made and sent me. So that did give it away a little bit because I was like, how did this get here so quick? And that's when I knew it was like something custom or something. You were 80% sure it would get lost? Wow. No faith in the American postal system. That makes 2 of us. There is actually very good reason to hate the postal system. I only see Porsches get robbed in the USA. Yeah, that's us, man. We love eating McDonald's and robbing each other's cars, man. And we love putting McDonald's inside of Walmarts.
Subways.
God, anytime we could fit a fast food restaurant inside of another store, that's America. You see Porsches getting robbed in the USA. I have not seen a single Porsche get robbed, bro. You're making that up. Man, everybody's got their stereotypes and criminals, man. In the UK, they stab each other. Over here, we rob cars and shoot each other. What do y'all do in the Northern Europe? Probably fraud. Every part of the world's got their stereotypical criminal activity. I hope you liked the t-shirt. It was too much fun. I could tell you had fun making it. Can I ask you something on the blue parts? Did you draw that like on your computer? Because it looks like a child like drew in on the colors, but then it also just kind of looked like that was the font. It was supposed to be like the arrow style. So I honestly couldn't tell. I did like that you kind of re-edited that meme because the original meme is an actual skeleton there, I think, but not Brooke. And then you put Brooke from One Piece there, which was cool. He sat up. There was the BB logo. And then the chart in the background was pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, overall, it was a good present. I mean, you're across the world and you got me a gift in like 3 days. That's pretty crazy. You didn't even have to do anything. So I do appreciate that. It was more of the thought than the actual gift that I liked. It was like, wow, he actually like sent me something. He does care. That shirt is fire. I didn't tell Tobias yet, but I threw it away. Nah, I'm kidding. I didn't throw it away. I kind of want to frame it. You should have ordered it in quadruple XL. Try to guess how much I weigh. I'm 5'7", almost 5'8", which is 420 if you adjust the numbers correctly. How fat am I or not fat? How much do I weigh? I bet none of you... Actually, some of you might get it. I am the most averaged, weighted, sized human there is on the planet. There's no crazy, unique thing about my weight or height. Who in here can guess my weight? Since Tobias thinks I deserve a quadruple XL. 150? Fuck, dude, I'd be starving if I weighed 150. No, a little bit more than that. Actually, let me go weigh myself right now so I give you an accurate answer, because a week ago, I probably would have been like way more. I was eating fat stuff. 1 second. Well, I was right. I do weigh less than last week. I want to see Tobias's guess, man. He's the one that called me out. And you have Discord minimized, so the stream is not working or something. Can't see the screen. Oh, my bad. I keep doing that to y'all. I'm sorry. 180? That's actually... That is when I'm like if I'm fat, I'm 180. But no, right now I weigh 167.5. A little on the light side for my height. I need like 5 more pounds in me. The thing with me, though, is I don't eat all the time. I don't know how people eat 3 meals a day. That would genuinely make me throw up. Oh my god, my dog's trying to tear my door down. Hey, Lily. How you doing? Yep, I've been awake for hours. You didn't hear me. But because you heard my door squeak, now you know I exist. Come here. Come here. No, don't lay down. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh my god. She just falls to the floor because she knows I'm just going to scratch her belly. Can you say hi to the stream? Say hi to the stream. She just licked my mic. Alright, go. I'm working. Go, 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 go. I've been trying to pull her pool out for like the last 3 weeks, but it's keep getting cold here.
You say pool?
Yeah, cool, like the temperature outside.
Oh, you said you're gonna pull your pool out. I'm like,
Yeah,
bro,
I said
there's
that.
Snow on the ground.
I did say that.
There's
I said
snow on the ground here.
Well, you're in the north, brother. I'm in the southern part of the United States.
A pool?
Yeah, I said for the last few weekends I've been trying to pull a pool out for her, but I can't because it's been cooling down. It's too cold outside.
Fucking crazy.
But literally 3 weeks ago I could have done it. Are these tickers that I can even look up, Tobias? Sometimes I can't look up international tickers like that. Oh, it does pop up. Okay, well, your other one didn't. GFS it did. At first, I was reading this. It looked like you said my girlfriend and best friend stock. But then I read it. GFS. What is this? They're a tech sector, semiconductor. They do water fabrication. How does a semiconductor company do water fabrication? Network processors, radio frequency modems, microcontrollers. They do a lot. They've been around a long time. Based out of New York. I've never heard of them. This does look like one of those random ass stocks that Tobias or what's his name would pull up in my chat though, and then like Sand Dollar. This looks like a Sand Dollar Tobias chart, right? I was about to give my usual vanilla opinion of I don't really know this company. Yeah, let me know how you do with it. This is gonna be one of those charts that just goes up to like 80, like really quickly, and I'm gonna look back at this and be like, why didn't I listen to Tobias or Sand Dollar? I've only done it 100 times. So how about we do this? Excuse me. Don't mean to cough into the mic. $150, 180, 176. That's average? Oh, okay, good. 185. Damn, got some good guesses in here. Tobias said extra, 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 extra large, and I got some good guesses in the YouTube chat. Damn, that's average. I feel so light when I'm 167, though. Like, you know how when you, like, breathe, and, like, your stomach goes in, and you're, like, a lot skinnier? I'm already that skinny without breathing in, because I'm at 167. But I know if I, like, start eating a bunch, like, the next couple weeks, I could easily get to 180 quick. I don't know. I think it just depends what kind of mood I'm in. But yeah, see, pretty bland person, super average weight, super average height. Like it's nothing really special or crazy there. I guess you could say I'm somewhat short. I feel like 5'7's like somewhat average though, is it not? I feel like I know more people who are 5'7 than I know people who are 6 foot. Not to hate on, people who are taller. How dare I? How dare I try to fight the hierarchies of height? They do photogenics, which is where Nvidia and Samsung are pivoting to, but we'll drop a whole due diligence report banks would pay me for soon. Wait, so this is insider knowledge that I'm illegally getting? Appreciate that. Appreciate those years in prison, dog. Totally not putting in a bid for 1,000 shares of GFS as we're speaking. Totally not doing that. Me? Never. Committing crimes? What? By the way, guys, thank you for all the likes in the YouTube stream. Actually impressive. Talking about average male weight, I have no clue. The average female today weighs more than the average male like 30 or 40 or 50 years ago. Wait, what? The average female today weighs more than the average male 30 or 40 or 50 years ago. Actually, I'm gonna just Google it. Average height. Yeah, 5'7.5". And you know what's fucked up? I am one of those people who are 5'7" that literally has the 0.5 inches on their thing. But I don't say that because that's just cringe. If you're one of those people who are 5'7" and you sit there and you tell people, I mean, I did it earlier as a joke, but if you sit there and say, I'm basically 5'8", just shut up. Just shut up. You're 5'7", dude. I said 5'8" earlier to make the 420 joke, but you're 5'7". The average height in the United States is 5'9", while the average male height across the globe is 5'7.5". The average male in the Netherlands is 5'11.5". Damn. According to dating apps, the average male height is 6 foot. Yeah, that's not what Google's telling me. It's not near 6 foot in the United States or the globe. All right, let's see. Average weight males. That's got to be crazy. The average weight is basically 200 pounds. That is insane. Okay, average by age group. 20 to 29, about 188. 30 to 39, 208. 40 to 49, 207. 50 to 59, 202. So between 30 and 39, we'll be our fattest. By the way, guys, SPY is still going up. Nothing new there. That's pretty cool. The more you know. G.I. Joe. If you spot a fire, make sure to call your local fire department. G.I. Joe. (1960s) average male weight approximately 166.3 pounds today. Average female weight about 170 pounds. Clout Kings, that's not what I said. I said in the Netherlands. Is Clout Kings Tobias on a backup account? I actually can't tell. Because y'all's names are all messed up. But no, that's what I said for the Netherlands. That's not even close. It says the globe is 5'7.5", and it said US 5'9". But it said in the Netherlands it's near 6 feet. Oh, unless you're making fun of Dr. J's comment. He's just being... No, he's just being a smartass. He's making fun of how all women are like, you gotta be tall for me to like you, even though it's just a stereotype. He's just making fun of jokes. That would be a crazy average height, though. I wish that stat was true. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Give me another inch or two, you know what I'm saying? Now, honestly, anybody who trips about height are just stupid. You should trip about weight. You should trip about weight. But not about height. You can't really control height. Unless you get bone extensions, but that costs like $50,000 a leg from what me and Rigney heard the other night.
And then you have to wait like several years.
Yeah, and you have to wait several years for it to work because they have to break your leg, you have to rehabilitate, and they fill in your leg with like fake bone material and metal.
I thought it was concrete. Or not concrete, but just metal rods.
Well, it is metal rods, but they also do the metal filling too. Or the other filling. They can't just do metal. They do some around that too. But yeah, it's pretty much just metal though. Isn't that cool? You can actually pay to get taller. This video we were watching was like, I'm gonna pay for one of my. He's like, it's 50,000 per leg. He's like, I'll just one of my legs I'll be 6'7", and the other one I'll be 5'8". All that work to get a shallow lady. Yeah. I've never met a girl who actually gives a shit that says she gives a fuck about height. If you meet a girl like that, red flag. Unless she really just is tall and she just prefers having a tall partner, then I think that's kind of just self-explanatory.
Yeah, I'm short, so I probably want someone short.
My wife's friend said my husband is over 6 feet when he stands on his wall. Oh. Oh. That's pretty funny. He's like 4'10". Bro's actually so rich. Yeah, money talks, bullshit walks. That's actually a funny ass thing for like a wife to say. My husband's not short. He's 6 foot when he's on his wallet. Huh. I didn't care about height when we had 3 kids go through college. It's funny. You just don't hear good women talk like that. They don't. You won't hear them say that. That is like an internet thing. Only people who are chronically online think like that. I promise you, the real world is not like that. Man, I'm bored. We're over here talking about height, weight, fucking what else? What are we talking about? I knew this was going to happen too when we moved this much in the first part of the day. I was like, man, I'm going to be sitting here at lunchtime talking about the most random stuff ever. Rejected at the highs. 410 Clout Kings keeping us on topic. I'm interested to see if we hold this or not to bounce up to the close. Not to trade it, but just that'd be interesting to see us fill the gap in one session like that. Before the second part of the day is even over. I would think that's very interesting. Also, guys, good job. Anybody who is in here listening to me rant the first pretty much hour and 45 minutes of the stream, you did a really good job just paying attention. Because we went over a lot of really cool stuff. I didn't just go over SPY and like all the trades and stuff on that. What we could do, how could we short it, how could we go long, how could we know where it's going to go. I gave you guys the tools to do it yourself as well. Triple Q and XLK helping us lead the way up, as they are over a third of the S&P 500. So you would pretty much be an idiot to not be watching those, at least alongside your S&P trades. Just because, again, they are so much of the market. It's insane to me how many people don't know that information. They think the market runs on farts and daisies and Trump news and Twitter, and like, to some extent, yes, those bring volatility to the markets, but that's not what runs it. I'm sorry to tell you that. It's pure market rotation. Now, whether there's outside existential reasons for those market rotations, sure, you can argue about that all you want. I don't care. I'm focused on the thing that can help me get into good trades, or the thing that can help me spot potentially good trades. Moves on the market that I think can happen based on actual evidence of something, not just going, I think it's going to do that. I see a big green candle. It's got to go up. Like, what? Actually have a trigger or something. Literally anything. Anything. So it is kind of nice to have a system in place where you feel like you're actually part of a process, a methodical system, where you're actually kind of checking boxes off of lists. You're not just randomly guessing, you're clicking on your chart. Of course, that would be a horrible feeling. Not so bad when you win, but it's probably the worst thing you can do is if you went on a trade that you didn't actually understand, because they're going to try to recreate it, and then you're going to get it wrong, and you're not going to understand why it's not working anymore. And then, of course, if it doesn't work the first time you try it, you're going to be like, oh my God, this sucks. I hate everything. So it's good to kind of keep a good, stable mindset about things. And it's kind of nice when you have a system that actually allows you to do that, because you actually have things to work with, things to talk about, things to understand. Oh, this means bullish, this means bearish. And you know it. You know it because there's something that provides evidence behind it. It's not just some random thing. Guys, we are getting close to noon, and I'm losing my voice again somehow. I think I am going to end the stream here. I do appreciate everybody being here for the stream. I was only going to go to like 10:30 or 11, but we made it to noon. So I honestly can't complain. I'm really happy with all of today's results. I really love the plan that I provided, the stuff we got to talk about in here. I really love the other stuff too, though. If I could just quickly reflect on what was probably the message of the day, I think I'd have to easily give it up to my boy, President Carter here. This might single-handedly be my favorite post across the entire server's history. And I have no other reason to say that. I didn't even talk to Carter before today. I had no clue he was going to be here and do this. I had no clue he was going to post this review that makes me want to cry almost. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, it's so much bullshit that goes into, like, this group and, like, stuff. And, like, I try my best to, like, not think about it and, like, just work past it. But, man, when you see stuff like this, it really makes you appreciate, like, just being here. I can't tell you how proud I am reading this. No, just kidding. A little good stuff, guys. Good job on your trades today. You too, Alexis. Good job on your... Not Eli Lilly. What did you trade? It wasn't Eli Lilly. It was the other one. Not AbbVie. Not J&J. Why can't I remember it? Hold up, Alexis. I'm going to find what you traded. MRK. That's the one I couldn't think of. Merck. I knew it was one of them. I knew it was a not top dog, but it was still a big one. I had to scroll up. Good shit, though, Alexis. And I'll be looking around to see what you did damage on that. I want to see what you did. All from digging into and understanding the actual system. Good shit, Carter. Seriously, thank you for that, man. I don't mean to, like, over-compliment you and you get, like, ahead of yourself or, like, an ego or anything like that. Like, I don't think you're going to do that, but I'm just saying it. But seriously, dude, like you have no clue what I felt when I read this. I mean, the whole review, but this especially. I mean, this is like people see my system and they think it's just levels, and it kind of like gets under my skin because I think they think that that's all it is, when in reality, it's like there's so much more behind it. There's so much deeper thinking behind it. Like it really is a really cool system. There's like so much thinking in terms of like when this happens and that happens, guess what? I'm this, I'm that. You know, you have an understanding of why you're bullish or bearish in certain parts of the chart because of certain context that was provided that day or the day before. So it's kind of nice to like see someone else also highlight stuff like this. Like I know Garden does a good job of doing this. Alice does a really, really good job of doing this. Leland, of course, some of my older guys in the chat, all my veterans, you know. But it's just, I don't know. It's nice. So thank you. Also, really good job on your hard work. I think that's really just what I'm thankful for. And then Linwood, too. I would honestly, I thought I would read like all the other trade reviews today would just be kind of pointless after reading this one. But then the very next one I read, I was mad happy because he drew like a hidden fib basically from the low to the high, just basic information fib. And then to catch the dip of this move going down, he waited for the third candle above the 50% and the second candle after the doji. So yeah, he kind of like did another thing that I've been like putting a lot of emphasis behind, like hidden fibs, and like sometimes it's kind of a pain in the ass to see the lower high of the lower high or the higher low of the higher low, and actually calculate it out with a fib. So I honestly thought like after reading this, the rest of the reviews would be pointless. Like they would just be like, meh. But this one was really good. Then you go to results and review. Wooch did really good with silver and kind of like a market rotation type play. Super proud of that, considering we put a lot of emphasis on that too. Maddie Clams too, doing a really, really good job with probably the cleanest lower high retest I've seen all day. And then Dividend, even like he's in here right now with voice call, and I talk to his dumbass all the time. But it's really cool, like just seeing this stuff from all different kinds of people, and like we can go over things like he was perfect on like 2 out of the 3 parts of this trade, and then we got to cover some cool constructive criticism and go over some stuff and like what he could do next and what he could do in the future and what could have been different without changing anything that he already knows, right? If you sit there and you're like, and this happens in a lot of groups, I'm one of the groups that gets a lot of people that leave other groups, right? I get a lot of people that leave another group, come crying to me and say, this person did that, this is bad, I want to start over and refresh and learn your stuff. And I'm like, great, like open arms, welcome, glad to have you. But they still tend to like make those same mistakes from those old groups or from the things they've learned before. Like when you come here, you need to reset, you need to refresh, start clean, start new, and engage. It's as easy as that to learn the system in the chat, because there are so many people outside of me who are here to just be themselves, and they love showing things about the system to other people who care. And like it's crazy. All you gotta do is interact, engage, and you yourself will get insane amounts of help. And you'll feel like you're actually a part of the system, you're part of the community. You'll want to be here more, you'll want to be trading more, you'll want to be here. It'll motivate you. It's a magnet effect. It's weird. But yep, so thank you guys for the end of the stream there. I appreciate everything. And I'll see you guys later on. Seriously, thank you for everything. If I happen to catch a swing, I'll let you guys know. Good job to anybody in here who is catching scalps. I don't like to sit here and toot my own horn, but I did call out 2 different contracts, and they both did pretty well. Carter did a really good job of managing kind of the stream during that time when we were all kind of getting out, trimming, and all that good stuff. And we don't like to pressure each other too much, so I also appreciate that. Thank you guys for being mindful of each other. Thank you guys again. That's all I could say. Love you. Have a great rest of your day. See you later on. Dividend, I'm calling you back in a second.
All right. Well, thank you for the stream then.
Yep, no problem, bro. Thanks for being here.